lesbian.
I like that in a woman.
And every other kind of deviant.
I love paying for sex.
This moral decay weakens our resistance to the onslaught of the communist masters of deceit.
We're a bunch of scumbags.
These abnormalities are corrupting the minds and the hearts of our children.
Jackass. And yeah, we're back. Where have you been?
It's depressing and horrendous. It's awful.
A bunch of idiots.
Perversion for profit.
Here it comes! Here it comes!
The Opie and Anthony program.
El virus.
The Opie and Anthony.
God, that irritates me.
It's just like somebody took a bath to my brain.
We're the only radio show that makes you want to hate us.
Opie.
I want my coffee.
Anthony.
I want that fact.
Jim Norton.
I want Ozzy.
We are going to dumb this thing down to the point that we're going to be #1 with Down syndrome children.
Hysterical.
Opie and Anthony show.
But enough of this palaver. Let's get the show on the road.
You blundering bag of poop!
You will be molested.
You're a phony. Hey, this guy's a great big phony.
How'd you like to mow my lawn? Huh?
Shut up!
Is that so? Who made you pope in this dump, huh? O&A, party rock! Hey, everybody, we're all gonna get laid.
Okay, terrific. What the hell is that one?
Oh, that's funny. Yeah. It's the date.
Today's the day?
Yeah.
And welcome to the Opie and Anthony program.
Hi.
The O&A virus spreading across America thanks to XM Satellite Radio. We love being here. We absolutely do.
Now people are going, uh-oh, they're going to bitch about something.
Nah,
that
man.
sounded sarcastic.
We haven't really bitched that much lately.
No, not at all, but that sounded sarcastic. We love being here. We absolutely do. Let me tell you about the mother... that's usually how it goes. But,
usually when you say it like that, you're right. You're lying. Nah, I'm very happy to be here.
Yes. I enjoy the whole XM experience.
Do you want to go to line 1? What's that about?
That's funny.
It's funny? All right.
I'm sure it's not really.
Let's go to Anthony's ex. Anthony's ex.
Yeah, hi, how you doing?
Wow, your voice got deep.
Jesus,
Yeah,
Anthony,
good.
what the hell?
I just woke up, sorry.
Oh, you just woke up?
Yeah, hi, Anthony. I just wanted to say today's the day since you can never seem to remember. And thanks for all the checks, and I look forward to the next one.
No problem.
No problem, man.
Why is it that the listeners know more about us than we do?
I just checked, and it is indeed May 19th.
What is May 19th?
That was my wedding anniversary. I couldn't remember on the stand in court during my divorce. I know, what a tool.
What a complete tool. He probably set his alarm just so he could smash it.
Of course, he was waiting. It's like, oh, today's the day. I have to call up now. And
this will be my clever angle for the show today.
Here it is. I got it. Oh, I'm through. Yes, May 19th.
Well, happy anniversary,
that.
Anthony.
Oh, gee, thanks.
I forgot to give you a card.
And unless that guy called, it would have just came and gone like any other day.
There was a time it might have been a special day, but now it's just another day on the calendar.
It's a day, one of 365 of them.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
All right, we got to get into the other big thing that happened this morning.
Oh, wow, look at the people calling up. I guess they saw.
Of course they did. Paul and Vernon.
Hey, how's it going? Paul and Vernon over here.
Yeah, what's up, Paul?
Long-time listener, first-time caller. Been listening to you guys since...
Welcome aboard.
Thanks. First week in NEW. Sorry, I'm a little nervous.
Okay.
Listen, just calling about...
Hey, Paul.
Yeah.
Why are you nervous?
Oh, dude, man, you know, I'm not too cool on the phone with people. And you guys are stars. Jesus Christ.
Nah. Listen, let me listen. XM announced 4 million subs the other day. Mm-hmm. That comes out to about 10 million listeners. Then you got people that are listening on the internet and then bootlegging the show, you know, illegally, and then buying past shows on eBay.com. It's not a lot of people listening.
Well, I paid for the subscription, and like I said, first week since NEW.
Nice.
Listen,
you guys are doing Paul.
I got to punch out.
Why
I got to punch out?
Why?
Oh. I got to go to work. All right, I'm calming down.
Yeah, just calm down. I mean, we're doing a national show now, so anywhere from New York to L.A. people are listening to you right now, so it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, right.
Take a deep breath and try to get it out.
Okay.
Here we go. All right.
First time listener, look at this, I'm fucking this up. You guys are cool.
First time.
It works every time, man. It works. It's a psychological game you can play. I love it.
Oh.
Hey, listen, I need to hear, oh, Archie, what are you doing down there, Archie?
Remember that?
Get your tongue in it, Archie.
Oh, yeah.
Come on.
Remember that
Listen,
one? Wow.
The first week at NEW, I was driving home through New York State and over St. Peter's Mountain. I almost drove off the fucking cliff. I had to pull over, man.
That's what happens. You almost drive off a cliff.
Of course.
Dude, I'm telling you.
Why don't you get to the point of your phone call, sir?
Yeah, let's go, Paul. Now that you're nice and relaxed.
No, all right. I seen the assault on the media this morning. I guess, I'm a little late on that. Punch out.
All right.
Bye.
You're not late. You were the first guy calling in with it.
Wow.
Our own Nathaniel.
Really bad.
Our own Nathaniel just rocked this morning. Another assault on the media. Want to explain the assault on the media, Anthony, to the new listeners?
Is great. Well, we're never happy anywhere we are with the promotion that the program gets. We are egomaniacs, and we always assume we should be getting a lot more promotion than we get, and it never really happens. So we have to make our own, and that the best way to do it we have found is there's free TV out there. Do you people know that? Free television access. You can get on any of the major networks and do a little commercial for whatever you want. They're out there all the time. You see them, the live news shots that are happening around your city. Whenever an event happens, they send a schlep reporter down there with the truck and the camera, and they go live, and then they go, let's now take it to Jim, who's standing outside the fire department. And then they go there. That's your time now. That's time you could be promoting your product. And that's what we do. Call it Assault on Media. Listeners, fans of the show, or our own intern staff here goes behind the reporter or sometimes in front of him, anywhere in front of the camera, and kind of plugs the program. That's the Assault on Media.
You just don't touch the reporter.
No. And sometimes it goes very well.
Yeah.
Sometimes it goes horribly wrong.
Yeah.
And sometimes, like today, some people get a little upset.
The funny thing is, the listeners are supposed to be doing the assaults on the media.
Uh-huh.
Why is it that we're doing them?
Well, I think because we've been so lucky being in Midtown, there's a lot of live shots that happen right around our area.
This is the second one this week alone.
Mm-hmm.
And just so everyone is on the same page, earlier in the week, Danny did an assault on the media, and it was great. Remember Danny running up to the reporter behind him with Danny had a cigarette in his mouth, holding a cup of coffee.
Just smiled.
Smiled and held up an Opie and Anthony sign.
Yeah.
And that gave Danny the edge over Nathaniel in the intern race.
But
Danny, you're yesterday's news, man.
I'm sorry. Dude, I so know, too. I got the call from Steve. I was on the train, and I'm thinking to myself, God damn it, he's going to get it.
Yep.
And sure enough, he did.
You are yesterday's news, my friend. That's how fast it turns on the Opie and Anthony program.
Nathaniel, do you want Danny sitting here during your appearance?
I'm not exactly sure what we need him in here for. But,
well, your super producer, Hawk Bagel, said, go in there now.
I don't know what he's doing here.
Yeah, Danny, recreate the experience of watching it on TV.
Oh, he's smashing you good.
Wow.
No.
Nathaniel, take the rest of the morning off. Actually, you can't because Ben's MIA, so we need...
Yeah, Ben is missing.
Yeah, Ben is MIA.
Can't call him.
Well, we can't get him on the phone or anything.
And
this
he's
morning.
just hasn't called. He's not here. He's I heard he was out last night.
Well, Ben and I and Don,
yeah,
who's pretty much running the channel now,
Yeah.
He's up in New York, and, we did a little business dinner. No big deal, really. And I guess Ben was pretty hammered at dinner, according to Don.
Really? Had a few?
And then Don and Ben went out for another hour or so, and I went home.
That's very rare.
And we haven't heard from Ben since, so. Can't get him on the phone.
Ben's never hammered at dinner.
Never.
He usually doesn't make it past lunch.
So I don't know. That's a developing story. We're waiting for him to arrive.
Or call or something.
That would be nice. Anyway, getting back to Nathaniel. So, an assault on the media. I was walking by the live shot this morning.
Oh, you did?
I was so late today because I'm walking by the live shot all excited, like, guys, we have another opportunity, I'm thinking.
It was right on 57th?
It was right across from the garage there.
Right across from the garage?
Basically, yeah.
Is that one on the Carnegie Hall side?
Yeah, the subway there.
All right. I know where that is, sure.
And so I'm walking past, and I'm ready to, come into work all excited, like, guys, we got another one that we could do.
Yeah.
But I was way late to the party, man. All of a sudden, Nathaniel had the video all queued up and ready to go to show everybody.
It is stunning. It is fantastic.
Is the video up on OpieandAnthony.com yet?
Well, I hope so.
They're working on it.
They're working on it? You got to see this one. Anyway, sorry. Let's. Thanks, Eric. See,
what happened?
Do you get that in your ear too?
Sometimes when they talk to me.
What do you say?
Well, who said working on it? You, right?
Yeah.
And then 2 seconds later, Eric has to tell me in my ear that they're working on it.
Yeah.
Hawk, what's the status? He's looking up at the screen now. I don't hear it.
La, la, la. He's at his happy place.
Anyway, Nathaniel, walk us through your brilliant assault on the media.
Well, I was in Pick a Bagel. I was actually a little nervous because a man in a suit came in, and I thought I was made by the reporter, but it was just some dude. So I'm just trying to act natural. I see I'm in contact with Steve here, obviously, to get this shot.
So Pick a Bagel is right across the street from where they're setting up. So you're just kind of making believe you're buying a bagel and waiting for your shot.
You're laying low.
Yes.
Laying low. Because the problem is the signs are so big.
I know. Very hard to hide.
Very hard. It makes you a little suspicious. But go ahead. So you're in Pick a Bagel.
And then I see the actual reporter come out and start looking pretty. And
primping, waiting for his live shot to come on.
Yeah, and so I duck around the corner to the right side of the street, and Steve says he's live. And I walk up, hopefully rather calmly with my signs.
And let me tell you, that is the point where you go, uh-oh.
Yep.
Because we're watching the video, and you see Nathaniel barely in frame. You can see him, and he's holding the sign kind of down low, and it's horrible because you just know what's coming.
What it reminded me of when I saw it, because you see the reporter, and then you see in the back, it's a little flash of Nathaniel walking, and you know he's ready to walk in.
Yeah.
It reminded me of The Godfather when Brando looks up and just sees the two guys running towards him with the pistols before they're shooting. I just got a peek of it, and I'm like, there's going to be a problem.
Yeah, here it comes.
He's holding something that looks long and flat.
Continue.
And so then I walk into frame, and I start trying to, because I remember one of the, not criticisms, but remarks about Danny's assault was there was no audio.
Right.
So I tried to say Opie and Anthony XM Radio. Doesn't turn out too good because of the mics they use or whatever.
Yeah.
But, the cameraman was smiling. He's like, no, just keep it down. You can stay in frame. Just keep your voice down.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
He didn't seem pissed. Which is more than I could say for the reporter.
Yeah, but you got to also talk about the listener.
Oh, yeah.
That came out of nowhere.
Yeah, where did he come from?
I have no idea. Yeah, I'm in there. Some guy starts walking up to me. I'm like, uh-oh. They have bouncers now.
Yeah, because the guy was big. It looked like he could have been a security guy. So basically, Nathaniel set up with his huge Opie and Anthony sign right behind the reporter's head. And then next thing you know, this guy comes into frame. And he's a listener, and he's kind of hanging out with you, and then he starts giving the finger.
Yeah, he put his middle finger up.
Well, Nathaniel just stopped in frame and held the sign up and just stood there with the sign.
Yeah.
Like it was a perfectly natural place for him to be. It was like when I watch one of Maury's wig commercials. He's just standing there, and the reporter is going on, and you're just standing there with your sign. It was fantastic. I couldn't believe you got that much camera time.
And then the listener, who was standing next to him, just starts flipping the bird to the camera. And
then the listener just walks down into the subway.
Yeah.
Before the shot was even done.
Yeah, it was like it was planned. Like he went his way, I went mine, and our work was done.
I think the rest should be explained with the actual audio.
All right. Yeah, because then something happened right after the reporter was done with his stupid...
Reporters are never really happy about these things. They just aren't. And this is the audio from the air. This is what went out over the air. This isn't any kind of recorder that Nathaniel had on him. Or anything.
Right off the TV.
Right off the TV. So what you're hearing went out over the air to the entire CBS television audience.
Good morning, Sean. This is apparently a very simple crime to commit. All one has to do is buy multiple Metro cards, stand at the turnstile, and just continuously swipe people in all day. Police sources say these guys net a couple $100s a day, and that's pure profit, but it's costing the TA a great deal, about $16 million a year, and they're trying to put a stop to it. What the fuck is your problem, man?
Wow. Oh! How about waiting till the shot is cleared? How about waiting till you're not on the air anymore before you say, what the fuck is your problem?
You really have to see this video. This video, I think, is going to get some play out there.
Yeah, it's a good one.
This video is going to get some play on some of those fine websites. So the reporter's done, and he turns around immediately to Nathaniel and goes, what the fuck is your problem live on the air this morning?
Oh, Golden Buns from Whackbag is asking, did the reporter yell, if you want to get on camera, just ask?
So then, of course,
you pussy.
Then all of a sudden, then they have to go back to the news desk, and this is what they had to do. They had to apologize to everybody. Oh, yes, Nathaniel?
No, this is him coming back from his little tape segment.
Oh, okay. All right, so they go to the tape segment, then they go back to the live reporter. All right, gotcha.
Sorry about that distraction before. The Transit Committee is expected to pass this later on today. And
sorry about that distraction, Beaufort.
Beaufort, he is so flustered.
He's so frazzled. Listen again.
Sorry about that distraction before. The Transit Committee is expected to pass this later on today. And
they must have just handed him an asshole, though.
Beaufort.
Did you hear what you said?
That went out live.
Went out live, you idiot.
Beaufort.
Just watching some video of a guy getting...
Oh, wow.
A guy getting creamed by an SUV after an accident.
Yeah, Minnesota State trooper looks like. That's the video of the day.
Was that the trooper getting hit, or was that...
Was a trooper getting hit?
Yeah, it was a trooper.
Did he... what's his condition?
It doesn't look good. I don't know.
He must be alive if they're showing it.
Slammed.
Yeah,
that's
true.
Survived. That's true. Very good, Nathaniel. Must be alive if they're showing it.
So anyway, you got to see the video of this assault on the media. Look at that.
Bam! Oh, his head smacked on the hood.
That is awful.
That's a rough one.
And, it's too bad the mic also didn't pick up him asking why I have to be so fucking stupid.
Oh,
really?
He said that too, huh?
Yep.
Yeah, you're so stupid.
Why do I have to be so fucking stupid?
No, I think you're actually pretty smart.
That's my job. What I do here.
You're not the one dumb enough to curse on live TV.
True. Yeah, I want to hear that again. The video should be up on opieandanthony.com soon.
Good morning, Sean. This is apparently a very simple crime to commit. All one has to do is buy multiple Metro cards, stand at the turnstile, and just continuously swipe people in all day. Police sources say these guys net a couple $100s a day, and that's pure profit, but it's costing the TA a great deal, about $16 million a year, and they're trying to put a stop to it. What the fuck is your problem, man?
Oh, that's great. That's just great.
After the whole Janet Jackson thing, he's cursing.
Yeah. Very good, Nathaniel.
Thank
Bravo.
you.
Not that Danny's wasn't great with the sign that said "Op." I like the way you got the whole sign in frame, though. That was good.
Thank you.
Another successful assault on the media.
Opie and Anthony, XM Radio, you could hear it.
Yeah, I think it was a perfect one.
Yep.
Nathaniel, you performing tomorrow at the Comedy Store?
Oh,
hey, look at that. Nathaniel gets a free plug on the show.
The other here.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm hosting the New Talent Show. It starts at 7 o'clock, and I'll be there.
Your early show at the Cellar tomorrow night, 7.
All right.
Funny comic.
Thank you, Jim.
Nice.
All right, there he goes, Nathaniel. Beautiful job this morning. Let's go to Jeremy in New Jersey. Jeremy.
Hey, boys. This one pales in comparison to that one, but last night on the Fox 5 10 o'clock news, they were interviewing some of the costumed people outside Star Wars waiting to get in.
Yeah.
And someone stuck a WOW sticker up right behind the reporter's head, and it stayed there for the entire interview, probably a good 2 minutes.
God, we haven't heard about that one yet.
Yeah, I wish I had the video, guys. Sorry.
All right, no worries. Thank you.
Once that goes up, we got to get the link to that video to Fark.com. Then from Fark, it just goes everywhere.
Well, I'm sure Steve is on it already. Make sure Steve is on that one. Let's go to Jeff in Canada, listening to XM Satellite Radio, probably illegally. What's up,
Morning,
Jeff?
boy.
Hey, Jeff.
Of course I'm listening illegally. That's the only way to go, boy. I was going to say, maybe Ben stopped and gave some homeboy directions last night. And now he's listening to Christmas music.
Yo, little twitchy man. Which way is north? Dude, you got to go up here. I know the whole way. You got to make a turn to... BAM!
Yeah.
Ring, ding, 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 ding.
Still no word from Ben.
But Ben was just probably talking to some strange guy. Damn, my printer.
Tom Brady.
All right. Speaking of Star Wars, Big Kev in studio.
Big Kev had his big event last night in New Jersey in Clifton.
Hi.
How many theaters were showing Star Wars last night at the Clifton multiplex over there?
All 16.
All 16. 16 theaters showing Star Wars.
3,300 people.
3,300 people. A lot of costumes were there?
There were several costumes. I'm sure that Steve will be getting some pictures from people who were there.
And prize giveaways for trivia?
There was prize giveaways for trivia. I did take some audio also that I guess Steve is patching together.
Fantastic. What did you think of the movie?
The cool to crap ratio was much better this time around
than the previous, but there is some crap in it? So I've only heard great stuff.
It is a Star Wars movie.
Yeah. So there's like kids stuff and cute little animals.
No, not really cute little animals this time, but there was some comedic elements that...
Oh, those lame, funny moments.
The kind of kid action in the film this time is kind of will jar you in the other direction. So.
Yeah. Speaking of jar, any jar?
A couple of walkthroughs, but that's about it.
He doesn't get killed?
No.
He had a great moment. Do you know the theater would just go bullshit?
Explode.
It would explode if Jar Jar Binks got killed. God, why didn't he do that? What a
stupid.
But you got audio of who?
I went around and talked to some people online, and
now the big story though is I hear Master Poe showed up.
Master Poe was in attendance.
Master Poe went to see the movie.
Yes.
And I hear he was involved in a few lightsaber matches.
I think Master Poe could not resist the opportunity to display his lightsaber skills in that environment.
Now, as we know, Master Poe is a great stick fighter. He can grab a stick and kick some ass with it. How, in your opinion, was his lightsaber prowess?
Well, I feared for the life of his opponent when it was just Master Poe on one person, but then when it developed into Master Poe on two people, then it seemed like maybe, Master Poe was kind of...
he was like a Darth...
Let me set
Darth
the scene.
Maul? Was he taking on multiple people?
Let me set the scene. It's the front of the theater.
Yeah.
There are 3,000 people around, and Master Poe is standing right dead center with a fan who had an O&A sign who just stood up with the O&A sign the entire pre-show time, 3 or 4 hours before they were letting people in.
God.
And Master Poe, of course, there's people coming up, Master Poe, and, they'd like to meet him, and so on, and of course, and he's examining their weaponry, and so on and so forth, and I went away to do some interviews, and when I came back, I saw that Master Poe had started to engage in combat with one combatant. And
he's going to take it more seriously than these geeks.
Oh, of course. Like these geeks are used to just facing off with each other and clinking their lightsabers together. And there's Poe spinning around knocking them in the head.
Exactly. And when Poe is deflecting his opponent into other people, you're really getting a great laugh out of it.
Oh, wow.
And what makes it even more funny is when Poe is deflecting two people into other people.
Really?
Yeah. So guys are getting smacked
What was he
all
like?
over the
What was
place.
he like? Force throwing them into?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Using some of his Poe powers. I don't know.
Poe powers. They're flying off into the crowd.
Yeah. It was a sight.
Wow. And now I'm hearing there's video of this.
Yeah. A couple of people came up to me and said, "We got it on video. We took pictures and so on." And I said, "Send it to Steve.
They have been instructed and they've been given the address to send it to Steve. So we will have that.
I presume somebody will be sending something to Steve.
Oh, I got to see that video.
Because I cannot wait till people get a hold of it and actually put in the lightsaber things. You know, people got the software. I got some of that software at home myself. I'd like to maybe enhance the clip. I think it would be a little fun to put some blaster shots in and some lightsaber action.
Here comes Master Poe.
Poe, here he is.
What's up, guys?
Master Poe, we were just talking about your engaging in a little combat at the Star Wars premiere last night.
Well, I couldn't help it. These guys were out there and they were striking each other in the head and on the legs. And it looked like fun.
Yeah. What type of lightsaber was it, Kev? Was it those real nice ones?
No.
Or
well, some people had those, but those weren't the ones generally
break.
being used. Right. It was the cheaper, the $20 Kenner.
The ones you could bash together a little bit more.
Yeah.
Now, Poe, you're quite the combatant with the stick. Like you could take a walking stick and pretty much like movie style kick ass on people.
Yeah, you won't be able to see how many strikes.
Right. So now, were you using some of these moves with the lightsaber on some of these Star Wars geeks?
I was, but I wasn't hurting them.
As far as you know, these geeks can't take anything. Like, ow! You're not supposed to hit so hard!
With respect to Master Poe, they were bedazzled. They had no idea what was going on. Poe hit him 8-9 times, but they were just like... other people are looking around to see who else is hitting them.
5 times, and they did that. What are you doing to me? They'd be all freaked out.
And Poe would start that thing that he does where he's just moving it around himself, and they would just be like,
wow.
They would just back off.
Just back off.
He should have had his Sith costume on.
They had a lot of spirit. Anthony, they had a lot of spirit.
Yeah,
they showed spirit.
Yeah, the Force. That doesn't mean shit when you wake up in a hospital bed with Christmas music playing.
Exactly what I was thinking.
At the Star Wars movie. I was having a lightsaber fight. Next thing I know, I'm hearing Christmas songs.
Why is there a Christmas tree in my room?
On the news, is showing one of the lines to one of the and a lightsaber fight.
Yeah, no.
See, they don't do it right though. Look, it's all slow motion. They're all doing it too slow, Poe, right? You got to get in there.
Yeah, pretty much.
Let's some action. Was there any worthy opponents that you met last night, or were you just kicking ass on everybody?
They were beginners.
Yeah.
Poe took on a geek with dreads, these green dreads, and this awful outfit, and who claimed to be like this master fencer kind of guy.
Uh-oh.
This was one of Poe's single opponents.
Right.
And they are going through the parking lot, and the parking lot, their security trucks are pulling up and looking, going, oh, it's just... Little did they know, they're going in parking lot. There's people walking by and getting smacked.
The whole battle, like in a movie, would move on to different settings.
Oh, yeah. What he said, he says I'm quite the fencer, and I've been fencing for
which is a challenge,
many years.
Right.
And I said, oh really? And I said, well, would you like to go a little bit?
Yeah.
He says, yeah, sure. And he stuck his chest out and everything. I said, oh, okay.
And
we had a lot of fun.
You dispatched him?
Yeah, but he didn't get hurt.
No.
I just hit him in the hand a couple of times.
Couple people around that fight got smacked real good.
Really got the bystanders might have a little problem.
Let's go to Nate in Brooklyn. I guess he was there. Nate, what's up?
Yeah, good morning, guys.
Good morning.
I was there last night when Poe was kicking ass.
Yeah.
And he started beating up my friend Jim, so I was screaming, leave him alone!
What a jerk.
I love the callbacks from Jimmy's pussy story yesterday. Him in the hood.
Oh, bravo, buddy.
Leave
bravo.
him alone! God damn, is that funny?
Anthony, a bunch of people begging us to post the video because they want to make, they want to enhance it.
Oh, how much fun will it be now to get the video and actually put him in a Star Wars setting, perhaps? Put the lightsabers on the actual lightsabers, the effects when they hit together, music.
That'll be up in a
can't
few
wait.
days. Yeah, definitely. Did you see the movie, Master Poe?
Oh, absolutely.
And?
I loved it.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Really
Yeah,
good?
It brought all the movies together.
That's what its job is.
It was just amazing how Darth Vader became Darth Vader, and obviously he was Anakin, and just the war between the Sith and the Force. It was pretty powerful.
I can't believe you ruined the movie, Poe, by giving away the ending like that.
I just said the Sith and the Force.
Is Darth Vader? Yeah.
Oh well. Everyone in the world will hate me now.
Let's go to Vic in Ohio.
Hey, it was a great movie.
All right. Vic, what's up?
Hey, what's going on, fellas?
Hey.
Trying to stay awake. I went and saw it last night, and Anthony, I got to tell you, man, this is another Bull Durham. It's a fucking chick flick with a bunch of science fiction bullshit thrown around it.
Well, now I heard about the love story thing, but from everything I read, they don't dwell on it too long at any given time. Like it's there, but the scenes are quick and painless, and they get right back to action. A lot of action, though, right?
A lot of action.
Yes.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't know. I just, I'm pregnant now. Shut up. He didn't wait long enough to try and kill her.
All right, thank you, Vic.
Thank you, sir.
All right, fellas.
He didn't like it.
All right. Well,
Well,
there you
there's
have
a
it.
lot of action. I can't wait to see.
I can't wait to listen to some of Big Kev's interviews.
Yeah, absolutely.
From the Star
and
Wars
of course,
premiere.
the video. I
And the
need
video.
that video, people.
Yeah.
If you were videotaping that, you got to send it to Steve.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
Well, thank you very much.
We're going to take our first break. We got lots to do today. When we get back, we got to play the Bills dead call in Spanish.
All right, that's all done?
Yeah, it's done and ready to
Yeah,
go.
we were doing that yesterday, laughing our asses off.
If you weren't listening yesterday, we'll explain. Also, Rich Voss and Dave Mordell coming in today in studio. And I hold in my hand, where is it?
Oh, boy. Oh,
Anthony and I's first show together.
Oh.
First show together.
What's the date on it?
This is like 10 years ago, bro. 10 years ago.
Is it 94 or 95?
Ooh, yeah, like 90.
I think it's fall of 94.
Yeah, so it's a little over 10 years, 10 and a half years.
Oh, it's just awful.
Anthony and I listened to the first 20 seconds. I had to hit stop on the CD player.
It's
just
so
uncomfortable.
I am just a blithering, happy to be there idiot. And Opie is just a textbook rock jock.
I'm a radio ass.
And like, he's got to do all the things. He's got to make everything sound great on the air, and it's just so embarrassing.
I'll just give you a teaser. I'll stop it exactly where Anthony and I stopped it.
Couldn't
so
take it.
Just picture it's before Ecstasy of Gold's playing. Anthony and I, well, Jimmy was in here too, and I told the guys we got this, and we wanted to give it a little listen. We had like 4 minutes to kill. It took 20 seconds for us to hit stop.
This is going to be so painful.
Song's ending.
Song's got to end.
Here comes your favorite radio DJ, everybody.
A lot of music was being played. Joe's tuning up in the background.
Long Island's best rock, WBAB Soul Asylum. Black Gold, Steve Miller, and the latest from REM. What's the frequency?
Oh, God, I can't. I'm not going to be able to sit in this fucking studio.
I actually am not familiar with that Soul Asylum.
Soul Asylum?
I was so smooth back then.
I'll say.
Yeah! Oh, wait till I kick in. Ugh. Oh.
That's all we could listen to. That's exactly where we stopped it.
It wasn't that bad, though.
Dad
I mean,
laugh at everything. Ugh.
So
horrid.
When is Rich Voss going to be here?
I haven't talked to him. I'm not sure where old claymation hands is.
All right. See some picture in the Daily News today.
Where?
Voss, they're advertising.
Yeah, he's going to be at Caroline's all weekend.
So they got his picture in the paper.
Yeah, so
real slow news day.
Well, this is a big part of the show today, so these guys got to show up. We want to get it going immediately.
I have faith in Rich.
All right. Anyway, why don't we take a break and we'll continue with the Opie and Anthony program. No sign of Ben still. Can't get him on the phone. Nothing. Uh-oh.
He's all right.
All right. Yeah, I guess that's it for now. We'll continue in just a bit.
Like sands through the hourglass, so is the Owenay virus.
Big Mouth former pop star Boy George, 43, doesn't look it. Am I right or wrong? Won't let go of his claim that Bush singer Gavin Rosedale is hiding an 80s fling with drag queen Marilyn. Ugh, what is tattletale? This is George. When I was writing my memoir called Take It Like a Man...
Oh, God. Oh, shit. His memoir is called Take It Like a Man.
You might as well have written that in disappearing ink.
Take It Like a Man. Bush were well on their way to rock stardom, and he appeared at my house to persuade me not to include him in Maryland. Oh, Rossdale wrote in his new book. What?
Oh, you just fucked us
I just screwed something up there, Jimmy.
Oh.
You didn't proofread, did you?
You didn't proofread. You didn't highlight.
No, they fucked up.
They did.
They did.
Yeah, by putting that in the fucking magazine.
Oh, wait. Rossdale wrote his new book.
Rossdale.
It is written in English.
Oh, that's
wrong.
the Bush guy.
No, it's wrong.
Is it?
Big Mouth, former pop star Boy George, won't let go of his claim that Bush singer Gavin Rossdale is hiding an 80s fling with drag queen Marilyn.
You got that part, okay.
When I was writing my memoir, Bush were well on their way to rock stardom, and he appeared at my house to persuade me not to include him in Maryland, Rossdale wrote in his new book. What the fuck is that? So they're saying that Boy George is claiming something about Rossdale, but then Rossdale showed up at his house and said, please don't let me include this in my book?
Doesn't make any sense at all.
That does not make any sense.
It certainly doesn't.
I think those guys are all hooked on glycerine.
You are vindicated, Jimmy.
I don't think, and this is Rossdale wrote his new book, I don't think Marilyn has ever really gotten over Gavin. So apparently Gavin Rossdale is writing in the third person. Either he's a sociopath or Terry Schiavo typed this. I don't think Marilyn really get over Gavin. Rossdale reportedly said after the first book, George thinks everyone is gay, but what's his take on the rumor's return? It's old news, his rep tells us. Yuck.
So you knew Boy George's real name before you read that. That's not even in there.
I know, you're right.
Yeah, you did.
No, I did.
Thank you for pointing that out. I didn't even realize. You just knew
How
his
long
name.
have you known that?
I don't know, I just learned it early on.
It was on the big poster he had on his wall.
Yeah. I mean, after I'll tumble for you have to read all you can. That was actually a good one. Carmen Chameleon?
Carmen Chameleon, yeah.
It's not Carmen Chameleon, it's Karma Chameleon.
I thought it was Carmen.
No.
I always thought he had a pet chameleon named Carmen.
I'd be proud that I didn't know that.
Little Spanish chameleon just attacked and stole from the other reptiles.
Where in the world is Carmen Chameleon?
Go in the tunnel, Carmen. Go in the tunnel.
What's the matter?
I don't know. Ooh.
Here we go.
Whatever was wrong, it's right now.
Oh, you feel all messy too. He's going to get all mad at his carrot juice. But now he just smiled.
Something wrong with
makes
my
him happy.
carrot juice.
Eric, remember this. When Jimmy's getting ready to get really mad, we'll
just play this.
We'll break out Karma Chameleon.
And he'll start to dance and wiggle his head like that.
Make sure you fill us in that at the exact moment that load hit you in the face during this song. When's the money shot?
That moment already passed. It's right at the beginning.
That's wonderful.
Do you move real fast at this part coming up?
Here it comes.
Now you're bopping, when you're bopping back and forth.
You tickle the bag here and then...
Huddle up, huddle up.
I like your tickling bag technique.
Tickle the bag.
Very good. Oh, God, the 80s suck.
Opie and Anthony, the virus is spreading.
It's on! The winning man bringing it all. Right, knee to the head, knee to the groin. Hammaker, well done with it.
Yeah.
Which, what?
What?
Where?
Sure, what?
Who?
Splat.
We have problems.
Opie and Anthony.
Shake it up, shake it, oh, shake it, oh.
You're checking out the Opie and Anthony program. I don't know what's going on outside the studio, but Steve's going to come in here in a second. Martini Steve's back from jury duty.
This is the Foo Fighters song?
No, this was Queens of the Stone Age.
Oh, this is with the guy from the Foo Fighters.
Yeah, Dave Grohl on drums.
On the drums.
Trying to get Steve in here. I guess the latest assault on the media that happened this morning with Nathaniel is now up on opieandanthony.com.
Oh, it is.
And foundrymusic.com.
Enjoy.
And it looks like it's going to be on fark.com soon. This video is going to have some play because the reporter kind of lost it at the end there and cursed on live TV.
Use the F word.
The F word.
One of the biggies.
Yeah.
The number 2 word.
I don't know. Should we report them to the FCC? It is the company we used to work for.
It is. God, that is funny. I should report them. I was highly offended this morning when a reporter, acting very unprofessionally. It's all up.
Yep.
First of all, any word from Ben?
No, I've been trying to call him. It gets dumped right into his voicemail every time I call him.
What the hell? It's getting late now.
I don't know. Maybe he's crashed out. Maybe he's not feeling well.
So little Ben.
Poor Ben.
He's probably naked, like on top of his comforter, with his arms and little legs splayed out.
Oh, huge mule.
Yeah. Like a little baby that just fell over. He can't get up because he's rocking on his hug. Like a lamb.
Our listeners are a bunch of wise asses. You got to see this one. Bill in North Carolina. Go ahead, Bill.
Hey, I just kind of want to find out about Steve being gone, if he was on the jury selection process for the prosecution and his flame gear for an arson case.
Was it arson?
Actually,
yeah, it was arson.
Flaming clothing? That'd be fun.
Tried as I might to look obnoxious and stupid and get myself out of jury duty with an obscene look. It just didn't work. I was there all day, and it's just an agonizing process. I walked in there with a...
Yeah, but some people have to go more than one day. You're lucky.
Oh, yeah. Well,
I was lucky last summer, too. You spend one day there. It's boring as hell. They have you in a huge room with 300 people, and they call names every once in a while, and you go into, like, a little classroom setting, and the lawyers are up there in front of the room, and then you have to, like, kind of jockey for position and try to figure out how you're going to get out of that particular case. Then they throw you out of that case, send you back to the big pool.
Yep.
And now you're on the end of the list because they still have to call everyone else in that room. So if you get thrown back into the main room, you're golden. But you still have to spend the whole day there.
Yeah.
And then you're free for 3 years, right?
Yeah, and then you're free for 3 years. But the whole time, it's very obvious when you walk in there that nobody wants to be there.
It's your civic responsibility.
Dude. Oh, yeah.
Anthony, it's hilarious, though. I mean, you're in the big room, right? And you just listen to everyone having conversations, how they're going to try to get out of jury duty.
Yeah,
that's all it's about.
Yeah.
I'm going to try this. What do you think? I'm going to do this. I'm going to say that I'm a teacher. I'm going on vacation. All sorts of stuff. It's great.
Yeah.
They practice their lines on each other. And when it comes down to it, it doesn't matter what you say to the people in the small room, because if you give them any doubt that you just don't want to be on the case, they don't want you.
No, they'll throw you off.
Right.
What happened, Steve? Did you get off? Or?
Yeah, well, I got put in a big room with a bunch of other people, and it was an attempted murder case. So, yeah, it was interesting watching it happen. And, of course, just as they get done telling everybody that they should turn off their cell phones, of course, I take it for granted that mine's off. As he's reading the list of what this guy did a couple years ago, my cell phone goes off as loud as possible, and it's Danny calling, trying to get an update.
You should have reprogrammed your cell phone so it's some obnoxious ring.
Oh, well, it's already loud as hell. So I get the evil eye from the judge, right off the bat. Like I'm some pain in the ass.
Did
but
you
even
apologize?
No, I did get called up to see the judge though. Because they have you fill out a list of questions, like a 2-page long questionnaire. And judging from the questions that were on this thing, there was something involving a cop or something like that. Because every other question was, do you know anybody in law enforcement? How do you feel about law enforcement? You ever been convicted of a crime?
Oh, boy.
And so I got called up to the judge because obviously I'm putting down, yes, I know police officers, yes, I know this. And he pulls me aside. And says, so what's going on? Who do you know? I'm like, so I had to tell, not specifically, but just that I knew a bunch of people in law enforcement. And I said, so that might actually affect your ability to render a fair judgment. I was like, oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
And I tried to avoid, mentioning where I worked and stuff like that, just because you never know how people are going to react. But ultimately, jostled that out of me.
Oh, really?
And he said, so is there anything else that might affect you? I was like, I kind of travel a lot, so I don't really want to be here for 3 weeks on this if I can possibly avoid it. And he goes, really? What do you do? I'm a producer for a talk radio show. Really? Where? XM. Really? What show? Oh, Jesus, here it comes. And so I told him, I said, it's the Opie and Anthony show. And then they just eyes rolled back on the judge and the 2 lawyers. And
those idiots.
Yeah, those idiots. All right, you're out of here. And
what traveling do you do, by the way?
What? I said I'm going to D.C. next week, so I said I don't really want to be here for 2 weeks.
Traveling.
They were going down there for a couple shows. Did you wear an obnoxious T-shirt?
Yes, I did. I wore as obnoxious as I possibly could. I wore a big one of those Andy Gore shirts with a big circus lettering that says "Freak" on the front.
Oh God!
I had my sleeves rolled up so my tattoos were hanging out.
In court.
Yeah, in court. I really just didn't want to be there. But you know what? As I wasn't the weirdest person there. There was a big Rastafarian guy with pot leaf medallions all over him, and he was in there.
He's probably a lawyer. He just didn't want to do it. Or a banker somewhere.
It comes down to this. The people that really want to be on these cases just aren't responsible enough to make these decisions.
Rick, I'm sorry.
What happened?
I love Ricky, but I wanted yogurt.
Oh, sorry.
I swear to God, I asked him for
No, stop it. What did he bring you?
It looks like...
What is it?
Fossilized yogurt.
What?
It's a muffin.
It's a muffin.
I just want people to know we are not replaying the audio from yesterday.
Yeah, no, this isn't a replay from yesterday. You got a blueberry muffin there.
Because when Travis went to...
Are you doing this on purpose just to get airtime? You amaze us.
When Travis went to get breakfast this morning, he came back and said there was no low-fat blueberry yogurt, which I have pretty much every day.
Yeah.
So when Rick went to Starbucks again, I'm like, I could save yogurt at Starbucks.
Yeah.
I'm like, see if you can get me a blueberry yogurt and see if they have low-fat.
And that, I guess you heard blueberry muffin.
Yeah.
Holy Jesus.
Is this a low-fat one?
Yeah.
Priceless,
Want
man.
me to change that? Or?
Never disappoint.
Don't wreck that food because I'll eat that one.
I'm not going to wreck it.
All right, because you get mad and then you break stuff that other people would like to eat.
I'll have a bite of it.
Wow.
I'd like some yogurt.
All right, cut it in half. I'll have half.
All right.
All right, well, go get his yogurt, Ricky.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Low-fat, and yogurt is more of a liquid form of food.
Yeah.
Make sure you have a name tag with a phone number that someone could call if you forget where you are or you forget your name or something.
Yeah, and don't touch the spoon.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, no touching the spoon.
Anyway, back to Martini Steve.
Dude.
I don't even know what to say anymore.
He's got to be retarded.
I was the one that wrote him hard in the beginning, and I got a lot of shitty emails from people like leave him alone. I don't even say anything
Bad
anymore.
emails from who?
Guess. Message boards that I now don't read anymore.
All I know is this. When somebody needs service, and somebody's there to provide a service, I'd like that service provided.
Right.
Anyway.
That's the way it should be.
I am stupefied.
He's retarded.
I think you might be right.
There's a brain dump at some point that happens. He absorbs the information, stays there for maybe 5 seconds, and it leaves.
It purges.
Yeah.
It goes beyond just being slow.
All right.
You wanted yogurt and you got a muffin.
God bless him.
All right, Steve. Yeah, speaking of which, we're going to do that in a few seconds here. Steve, so anything else about jury duty?
Yeah, I'm trying to think. It's just really obvious that nobody wants to be there, and it's an agonizing experience. And if you're not narcoleptic walking into it, you will be leaving because it's just you have nothing to do other than sit there, stew, and think of all the work you're not getting done.
Why don't you listen to your iPod or something?
I did.
Okay.
You do, but it's just the environment, though. You could bring books, magazines, you can bring your iPod, you can do whatever, but it's something about the room just staring at everyone really bored, uptight, and tired, and it just brings you down.
And the excuses that people come up with. I mean, I was trying to formulate something, but the excuses that people come up with to get out of jury duty. Yes, Judge, I have a hard time concentrating. Yes, Judge, I nod off easily, and I shit you not, these were the excuses that they were coming up with.
And these guys have heard every single excuse in the book.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's try to call Ben again.
And that video's up, by the way.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
So, the assault on the media that Nathaniel did, where the reporter curses at the end of it, is now up on opieandanthony.com. I think this video is going to get a little play. The assault on the media was great with the Opie and Anthony sign, and but then there's a listener that showed up and gave the finger, and then the reporter turning around and just cursing, going to Nathaniel, what the fuck is your problem? This is a great piece of video. So it's up on opieandanthony.com. You're going to get it to Fark, too, right?
Yeah, I got to call Drew right now.
All right, right on.
There you go.
No answer with Ben?
No. Can't get a hold of Ben.
All right, it's almost 8 o'clock and still no word from Ben.
I'm very worried about our little guy.
The executive producer of the Opie and Anthony show.
I figured he would call, within the hour we started. It's kind of. Is he passed out somewhere in his apartment? Vomit on his bed. Where does he live? Somebody run down there, hit him with a stick.
Yeah, we should go down there with a cell phone. That's not a bad idea, actually.
Yeah. Knock the door in.
Huh? Who wants to do it? Do we have enough people today?
Ricky.
No, we're not sending Ricky.
Yeah.
We'll go to Harlem. Yeah, 150th Street.
Ben?
He'd think it was Ben Stork. It's Ben Sherman's. I just wanted to get some paint.
All right. Well,
throw sticks and rocks at him.
We'll figure it out.
Leave him alone.
Anyway, let's get the Bill's dead thing out of the way again.
Yeah.
Now, to explain, we were talking about the mayor of New York City yesterday. He's making commercials for Hispanics.
He wants to win another term as mayor. He's got a shitload of money. I mean, the guy's a billionaire, so he can spend it. And he can spend it like other candidates can't. He could go for the niche advertising of himself. It costs a lot to make a commercial. And to make one in Spanish that just, exclusively for Spanish people, that might not be good for somebody on a limited budget. You want to cover as much ground as you can, but Bloomberg can just, doesn't matter. He could speak Yiddish to get to the Hasidics. He's one of those guys who can spend all that money, and that's what he did. And he did one in completely in Spanish.
And it sounded like he didn't really know how to speak the language. And
of course he didn't. He just read it phonetically.
He read it phonetically. So Anthony and I came up with a cute little idea, quick idea, that maybe we should translate some of our better bits into Spanish for the...
maybe we'll get some Spanish listeners that way.
For the Spanish-speaking audience.
Imagine they're just tuning around the dial XM, and they hear all of a sudden some Spanish coming out and go, oh, what's this?
I think XM is launching a Spanish station or a couple of them or something like that. So maybe we could, give this bit to the Spanish station
and
on
they
XM.
could play it a few times.
So the only way this is going to make sense is to play the Bill's Dead phone call again. I know it's kind of overplayed, but it is one of our favorites.
Yeah.
Basically, this old lady called one of the old stations we worked at. Wrong number, and we messed with her a little bit by telling her her dear friend Bill was dead.
A little bit.
So we're going to play the original, and then we'll come back for a quick second, and we'll play the Spanish version.
All right.
All right? But first, here's the original. Hello?
Hi.
Hi.
Bill.
Who's this?
Pat.
Hi, Pat. How are you?
No, this is the wrong Bill.
Well, Pat, I have some bad news.
What?
Bill died today.
You're kidding? Oh, my God.
Yeah. Tragic.
Who's this?
He was in a car accident today.
Oh, no. Who is this?
It's John.
John?
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Oh, my God. I don't believe it.
Yeah.
I was just talking to him.
I know.
Where did it happen?
This afternoon.
Where?
On the highway.
Oh, God love him.
Yeah, big pile up.
Well, be sure and give the kids my condolences.
Okay. Well, I gotta go.
All right, John.
All right.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
So there's the original Bill's Dead call.
Uh-huh.
Now, here's that same bit in Spanish. Hey, it's making us chuckle today. Listen for who is this?
Listen for our awful Spanish.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Bill's Dead in Spanish. Hola.
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 Llamo
¿Quién es esto?
Patricio.
Patricio, ¿cómo estás?
No estoy hablando con el que llamo equivocando.
Pues, Patricio, yo tengo malas noticias.
¿Qué?
Guillermo se murió hoy.
Estoy llamando. Ay, Dios mío.
Sí, qué tragedia.
¿Quién es esto?
Él estuvo en un accidente de carro.
Ay, no. ¿Quién es esto?
Esto es Juan.
Juan?
Sí.
Ave Ave Maria. Dios mío, yo no lo creo.
Sí.
Pedro, yo estaba hablando con él no hace mucho.
Yo sé.
¿Cuándo empezó esto?
Esta tarde.
¿A dónde?
En la carretera.
Ay, que Dios lo quiera.
Sí. Grande. Okay.
Pues es seguro que la de los hijos del Pacífico.
Pues, me tengo que ir.
Está bien, Juan.
Está bien.
Gracias.
Hasta luego.
Hasta luego.
There you have it. It's making us laugh for the last.
Of course, the last day.
It's so stupid. You can pick up on a few of the classic lines. Donde.
Just annoying.
Donde.
The bit's twice as long because we have to try to do it in Spanish.
I know. Our awful Spanish.
Yeah.
Accidento.
Are you French?
Well, I took a little French too in high school, so I got it all mixed up, I guess.
A little bit?
A little bit. All right, well, there you have that.
Yeah.
Gonna take another break, I guess. Where's Rich Voss? We want to get the first show going here.
No show. Everyone's a no-show today. Rich.
Ben.
Our own producer, Ben Sparks. I hope he's not having another bout with the old gravy leg.
I hope right now he's laying on his bed and just out of both ends. I hope he looks like the letter S because it's just shooting out of both ends.
It's not like him not to call, though.
I know. Even when he was sick last time, he did call.
Mm-hmm.
This definitely isn't like him.
We sending an intern over there?
Are we? Danny's going to go over there? Yeah, we'll try to wake him up, see what's going on with good old Ben. Darren, what's up?
What's going on, guys?
Hey, man.
Hey, you guys got to send this to the Mad Mexican.
That's not a bad idea.
You got to do it. I would love to hear his reaction, his take on that. That'd be classic.
I'm sure there's words that are mispronounced that mean something else now in there, and all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, you guys don't exactly have Steve C. Diction in your Spanish, but
No.
you did all right.
Well, what we're going to do is we're going to be in Washington next week for a couple shows, so we'll give it to the Mad Mexican.
Sweet. All right, man. Viva los Peaches. Punching out.
All right, let's go to Sean in New Hampshire. Sean.
Hey, guys.
Hey.
Anthony, you're very talented of all the voices that you do, but I was most impressed by this little old lady in Spanish.
I've been listening to her for so long.
Yeah, we've heard that bit
old broad.
so many times that we got the reflections down pretty easily there.
It was
Inflections, I should say.
Oh, wow.
I saved myself.
That was quick.
I saved myself on that one.
Thank God, because I had spun around to the mic. Looking at Jimmy, you want to feel this, Jim?
I almost banged my nose leaning in on the mic.
Wow.
All right, guys, punch out.
Kick.
Saved yourself.
Oh, man, that was a kick save. Kick save across the crease. Thank God. All right, we'll take a break. We'll regroup. You want to go to break with Ben Sparks' Herky Jerky from Slim Shitty? What? Nathaniel said 1 moment. We got it here. Yeah, let's play it from here. Go.
Herk, jerk, herk, jerk, herk, jerk. Ben Sparks is herky jerky. Wave his arms around like he's herky jerky. Convulsing on the ground cause he's herky jerky. You know that he don't give a fuck, he's herky jerky. Don't mistake him for a bum, ODing on some drugs. He's moving all around cause Ben Sparks is what he does. He's into gossiping cause he needs to know the buzz. And giggling like a girl, motherfucker, just because. He's a man about town, finding parties on the street. Unless he's had some crazy insane sushi to eat. Then here comes Gravy Leg, better move out the way. He'll be going through a pound of toilet paper in a day. And looking at his hair is gonna make you stop and think, did he wipe it on the floor after someone spilled a drink? If you watch how he moves, you'll be thinking he's smoking a crack. Herky jerky on the phone, smaller than a Tic Tac in studio. He'll be yawning during O&A show, cause all night he's been chatting about Tom Brady doing blow. Back in Boston, them drunks will tell you Ben's wicked pisser, cause Ben heard Kurt Schilling had sex with his sister. Ben's mule is scary, man, he's got Superman jump. His jeans are looking mean like a cancerous lump. Now Ben is raved, yelling at Jim yelling at O.
Dude, relax. Just concentrate on doing the fucking show. That's crazy insane. It's just crazy. It's crazy insane. It's nuts. Dude, did I tell you about Tom Brady doing blow off this bitch's back? It was fucking great. We're all in the fucking club drinking fucking Cavassier. Dude, do you like my new hairstyle? It's called the Hurricaniac. I was just fucking yawning. I didn't have any sleep. I was out looking at Bono under the fucking bridge. It was fucking crazy insane. It's nuts. It's crazy insane. It's nuts. Everybody was there.
Anyway, so I walked in. I was like, oh no, and I'm like, first thing I was like, oh, no music. There's like some cheese laid out and stuff. My friend thought on K-Rock and there. It's like start cranking up, his show a little bit. Whoa, there's a baby that lives downstairs.
Like sand through the hourglass, so is the Owenday virus.
Where's Gary Holly?
In the CD player.
No, when are we going to get him in studio? We're going to get him before Christmas, hopefully?
Yeah, Ben is actually working on that right now.
Or are you guys booking him for Groundhog Day?
What's Ben working? I don't see Ben doing a whole lot of anything except eating cereal and herking and jerking all over the studio.
Herky and jerking
and taking calls on his tiny little cell phone.
Yeah,
little tiny cell phone.
That chiclet cell phone. If somebody walks in too fast, you can just eat his phone. Ben's phone stinks. What kind of phone is that? Dude, hey. Always gossiping about something. Dude, Pedro does coke. What? My friend Tim from Boston knows it. It's always some drivel he heard from some drunken Mick at a party. And dude, I think Bono from U2 is coming in. Such horseshit. Dude, I combed my hair with a car bomb.
You forgot that. That's insane.
That's crazy. It's insane.
It's crazy. It's insane.
He just nuts. He just giggles about nothing. I'm like, Ben, I got to get this done. Giggling idiot.
He was laughing when you guys were talking serious about the death penalty. Did anyone else catch it?
Yeah, it's like, dude, there's just too many poor people that get it.
Here he comes. Here he comes. Who doesn't love Ben?
I like the parody of Ben better than Ben now.
I thought someone got one of their teeth knocked out. It was Ben's phone. Your phone needs a filling.
I love the fact that he's always gossiping. That's the best.
Always gossiping about somebody who has something to do with Boston. Jim Rice is molesting children. What? Easy.
Oh, man. Guys, yeah, that's funny. Let me see your phone, Ben. Got it on you? Or did you lose it?
Look at this.
Look how little that is. Wow.
It's always some small phone.
It stinks anyway. It doesn't work that well, that one.
It's a tiny little phone.
That Ben parody is hilarious.
I wish people could see it, and you gotta know Ben.
No, they get it.
You just gotta know Ben.
He's so herky.
He's always moving around.
So jerky.
And he just always laughs in the wrong places when you're like being serious. Like, dude, look, I'm running late.
Look, here's some gossip.
Yeah, there's some gossip. It's like a market, and it's doing coke, and it's like guns. What?
Always gossiping.
Always a little gossip. Oh.
Wow. Because he does. He knows everyone in Boston.
Everyone.
So any bit of news that comes out of Boston.
Everything about Boston.
Everything that the common folk read about in Boston, he will know like 10 layers
scoop.
deep into the story.
Yeah, dude, I was fucking hanging out with Tom Brady. And he's like, what? What happened with Tom Brady? It's like some scandal that never materializes.
He was with 10 broads or something.
Yeah.
I think that was the Tom Brady gossip. Because I got that call.
Dude, I was with the Crafts, the new stadium. There's a body buried in the basement.
It's insane.
I swear. What? It's crazy. It's insane. It's nuts.
I would have called you, but my phone was in my ear. I couldn't get it out.
So I got a toothpick. I got my phone stuck between my teeth. I got to pick it out, dude.
This phone makes me physically ill.
Opie and Anthony, the virus is spreading.
All right, here's the deal. We're patiently waiting for Rich Voss to show up with Dave Mordal. We wanted to go over the first radio show that Anthony and I ever did. I think it's more fun when there's other guys around here to smash us.
Smash us.
We'll get smashed good today.
Funny story in the paper.
Yes, Jimmy?
Fun fiasco is tarnishing golden years. Really good story. Recent federal court ruling allowing United Airlines to terminate its drastically underfunded pension plan and pile $6.6 billion of liabilities onto small federal agency means retired pilot Ray Bryce's monthly check could be cut nearly 80%. But here comes.
You run with that, Jimmy.
To about $2,000. But Bryce's situation is not unusual.
Wow.
Okay, and go.
Exactly. Let's see how good of a broadcaster you really are.
Yeah. What's this whole thing with the pensions? I mean, it's got to be, it's going crazy.
It's out of control.
It's nuts. It's insane.
Pensions equal comedy.
Always.
You can tell a pension story and just the jokes will fly out of the air.
Yeah, I mean, look right here. It goes, along with the new laws protecting retirement funds, it is obvious the value of unions also should be reassessed. I wanted to bring something to the program.
I try to read some of those smart little items in the paper, and your brain just explodes after the first two paragraphs.
It's like you feel like you're just biting something.
It's like I want to get through it. I want to get the knowledge here, but blah 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 blah.
You go over it a couple times and you just start sweating from the inside out. And
who was the guy?
Right.
Like you're reading and you see a name pop up that doesn't look familiar, but in the context of the story, they're placing it like you should know who it is already. You're like, now I got to backtrack and see who this guy is.
We really don't have a say.
No.
Washington completely controls us, and we just sit around like dummies.
That's it.
I just try to deny what an idiot I am every once in a while. I'll just, instead of going right to the sports pages, I'm going to try to, read it. I try to read the Times for a while, and it's a great, well-written paper.
Yeah.
I would fold it neatly on an aircraft. The Sunday Times will get you through a cross-country flight.
Yeah.
And it's just
I've hung out at
dry.
bars and coffee shops with the Sunday New York Times just to see if I could get through, a bunch of articles. Oh, my God.
I'm an online guy as far as information goes. Mm-hmm. I'd rather just get a bunch of different stories from different places. And you read the New York Times. I don't think I've ever read the New York Times.
Well-written paper, again. I mean,
speaking of which,
they call everybody Mr., which annoys me, like Mr. Bin Laden.
Speaking of which,
Mr. Bin Laden.
I think Eric, we're getting ready for the show, and he goes, "You guys want to do anything on the filibuster?"
Yeah,
no,
that's right.
No,
the filibuster.
Did you or did you not, Eric?
Say that.
Yes.
Yes, he did.
Yes.
And
you want to riff on the filibuster.
You want us to get as much info as possible on the filibuster, and Ed and I looked at each other and just went, filibuster?
No. Yeah.
Jesus. Eric, why don't you explain what a filibuster is?
Is that what you use when your dustbuster's broken?
You borrowed from Phil, the neighbor.
Oh, he's giving you a ho-ho-ho. Get on mic there, Eric.
Why don't you get on
What's
mic?
the filibuster story?
Let's go.
Why don't you show your intelligence right now? Tell us what a
Jimmy brought up
is.
the pension story.
The fun fiasco. I think we had a few big laughs. You're welcome.
What's this filibuster story, Eric?
They're stalling for the approval of George Bush's federal judge appointees.
Oh, stalling.
Stalling? I think there's a little more to it than that.
Filibusters, I believe they just continually talk and continually until the time runs out, which is
this kind of stalling?
Equal to a stall.
Right.
But as far as comedic fodder,
yeah.
I don't know, Hawk.
So they're and then
where's the mic?
threw the mic away.
Talk to the mic. What are you doing?
He just flipped the mic away
what is the
done.
issue? What is the issue?
Yeah, what's the issue?
Yeah. You're obsessed with the filibuster?
Yeah, why the stalling?
You find it to be Richard Pryor in 1979?
Obviously, if you asked us if we want to talk about this, you must have seen some merit in the story, some way that it could be incorporated into the Opie and Anthony show, or you never would have even brought it up. So, filibuster, go.
It's nonsense because the conservative side is trying to abolish the whole filibuster angle, and every time something comes up where there's a lot of filibustering going on, whoever the opposing party is, every time tries to make this illegal, even though it's the constitutional part. There you go.
Oh, one side does one thing, the other side does the other thing, and there's the comedy show in the middle going, what do you want from us?
What do you want from us?
Yep.
Oh, well, that's good. The filibuster. All right.
There you go.
How about something else, just a little bit lighter and more conducive with comedy? Anybody have the latest Al Zarqawi beheading on video we can chit-chat about? Jesus.
Wow.
You guys want to do something on the filibuster?
Good. So there's some kind of stall thing happening in Washington.
Right.
That's all I need to know. Thank you.
Good job, Hawk.
I can't be bothered with that. I'm an indie yuppie. The fuck is an indie yuppie? What? They have a whole article in the New York Post today about are you an indie yuppie?
I have no idea what that is.
Indie, I guess, as in indie music.
Yeah.
Which is, alternative music, but...
Oh, so it's like kind of a
but not the
poser
commercial.
wannabe?
Yeah, it's not really the commercial, alternative rock, basically. Indie goes a little deeper.
Yeah,
Used to,
man.
anyway.
Yeah, man.
So then there's a whole poll to find out if you're a indie yuppie.
Oh!
Because indie yuppies, Anthony, are swapping pinstripes for white stripes.
God.
So basically, these young go-getters that were wearing suits and stuff are starting to discover that isn't as cool as dressing down, man, and walking around with your iPod.
Are these real people, or is this just some kind of gag?
No, this is real.
No, I mean, like the newspaper comes up with it because like one guy around their office is doing this, so they make it sound like it's a huge movement that's going on. Do you see these people?
Yeah.
Are these real people, indie yuppies?
You know, Anthony, when you get out of your car and walk around a little bit, you see some amazing things in Manhattan.
Really?
Yeah.
I'd rather drive right through it, right to the sanctity of my home. I even hit the garage door opener. It opens it up. I drive in, shut it behind me,
and shut the world behind you as well.
I never even have to deal with the world.
Well, here's a quick little poll. Are you an indie yuppie? Do you own a vintage T-shirt purchased at Urban Outfitters? Basically, meaning
would be
like the old, the example here, the Rolling Stones 1975 U.S. tour.
Oh, the big tongue.
But basically they're shirts that were popular, whatever.
Like a throwback in a weird way.
like a throwback. Yep. Like they have the Doors T-shirts the actual Doors T-shirts that you used to be able to buy, whatever, 20, 25 years ago.
They're all remakes, right?
They remake them. Although a shop in L.A. has the original stuff in this store that's really cool.
Does it really?
And then they have like Zeppelin and stuff like that, Rolling Stones. Do you own one of those, Anthony?
No, I don't.
You don't own any vintage T-shirts?
No vintage T-shirts.
All right, with maybe the old-fashioned lettering on it or anything?
None at all.
No?
Nope.
All right, so that's one you don't have here. Have you been on the list at a rock show at least once in the past month?
No.
This proves that you're an indie yuppie.
No,
that you're cool enough to be on the list, man.
The list? No.
Go to the will call window and pick up your free tickets.
It's on the list at Jimmy's HBO taping. Does that count?
That's not bad.
Certainly doesn't. But I was on the list at a rock show for Motorhead.
Oh. All right. Jimmy's an indie yuppie, and he does indeed have vintage T-shirts.
No, I know, but they're all like remakes.
But they're still vintage. Doesn't matter if it's remake.
Yeah, you got
not.
vintage shirts like
vintage.
that.
Oh, you could be one of these yuppies.
Those Richard Pryor shirts and stuff.
The Richard Pryor
those
shirts.
Are kind of like vintage
Okay.
T-shirts. Sure. So you're 2 for 2. Are we working with an indie yuppie and we didn't even know it? Are your white iPod earbuds a source of pride?
Oh, he doesn't like his iPod
I
earbuds.
loathe them because they hurt my little ears.
Got his little ears.
So no, they're a source of shame and agony.
No, I don't like the iPod, the ear things, because they're too much of that. You see people walking around, you just go, ugh. I'd rather have them a different color.
The iPod is just taking over New York City.
Bill Gates thinks it's going to go away for some reason. He's something to do with cell phones, he was saying.
Oh, it's all going to cell phones. That's obvious.
They incorporate all this stuff into a reasonable-sized cell phone, then, you won't have to carry it all.
No, everything's going to go right to the cell phone. That is very obvious. That's the way this all is going.
It's the thing you have to carry around with you. You don't have to carry an iPod or anything else. What else is there? It's an iPod, cell phone.
I carry a camera.
A camera.
Celebrity sightings.
A
MiFi. Good point, Hawk.
There you go. A MiFi, a PDA type thing, like a Trio or something.
BlackBerry.
The P volume of encyclopedias, in case you want to discuss filibusters.
Exactly. But the only one you really have to carry with you is the cell phone.
Right.
So if they could put all that in the cell phone, you just carry one thing. Much better.
And the camera phones, it's a goof right now, but eventually that's going to get to the point where the shot's going to be just as good as your camera.
Yeah. Yeah, the cell phone cameras now just stink on ice.
It's still just a goof, and I know they're adding the flash and this and that, but they still have a little ways to go.
But they already have it. You know they have the technology to do this.
Of course they do.
It's every picture you take. All right, hold on. Oh, wait, did it save? Wait, hold on. Oh, wait, it stinks.
Yeah.
1 megapixel?
Yeah.
Hire a guy to sketch it real quick.
I was reading a great article on cell phones and how everything's going to be done through the cell phone, like we're discussing here, including like purchasing stuff through like vending machines.
Yep.
Like you go to a vending machine. Let's say you want a Pepsi, and there's a number you call right there, and you just call up the number, what have you. Maybe throw in a code. I'm not sure. It's been a while, and then that's charged to your phone bill, and there you get the Pepsi. Boom.
Mm-hmm.
And there's going to be all sorts of things like that you could do with your cell phone. But I read this article like 2-3 years ago.
What happened?
And they're doing it in Finland or something like that.
It's always somewhere far away. I just read something yesterday about a supermarket that has fingerprint billing, where you walk through, you put your thumb on a scanner, and obviously you have to do something beforehand. Put your account, bank account or something on your thumb, link it up, and then you put your thumbprint in there, and it reads it, knows what your bank account is, and deducts the money right from there. So you're not got to sit with some animal cashier that gets everything wrong. And then you just leave. That's it. Do it yourself.
Me and dumb Bob Kelly had an argument one time about this, but eventually, probably not in our lifetimes. That's where I was wrong. Paper money will cease to exist. It will just be a thing of the past. Like gold bullions would just be a thing of like, what?
Gold bullion.
You know what I mean? You won't need it anymore. It'll all be, like you said, from an account, a little chip or something like that.
And we'll all wear Mylar suits, which I can't wait for.
I know.
We're all just wearing Mylar, and we're traveling in the flying car.
Yeah, maybe in your world. Go up past 100th Street here in Manhattan. You tell me that paper money's going to go away anytime soon.
No. It probably won't be.
We live in this
for 100 years, but it will
happen. We live in this isolated white world. I mean, it's great. Technology's great and stuff, but when you start saying that money's going to go away in our lifetime, or maybe let's say the next generation, it ain't happening anytime soon.
There'll be a few liquor stores and stuff that might still take cash, but for the most part, I see what Jimmy's saying. I don't really use a lot of cash these days. I use cash for things like, you buy the bagel in the morning and things like that. But any major purchase, I don't remember the last time I used cash for anything. As far as any kind of major purchase or really just any purchase I make on a daily basis, aside from something really small.
I understand. That's what I'm saying. We're ready. We're ready. This room is ready.
Roll it out.
We're ready to never use money again, but there's a curve out there.
Well, to us, like a computer chip is something like it's a huge step up. Like, wow. But that's like saying, look at cell phones or whatever like that. Like, everyone has them now. Whereas in 1981, a cell phone was like, whoa, nobody in a shit neighborhood would have that. So it's like as everything else progresses, the little chip on your thing will become like a...
See? It becomes commonplace.
Eventually they'll stop making the money for counterfeiting reasons and stuff like that. It'll be a lot harder to counterfeit a chip, I guess.
The other morning also, we were watching a report on the new PlayStation game console.
Yeah.
PlayStation, 3?
Yep.
And what were they saying this thing could do? What were some of the features? I forgot now.
Suck your dick.
Wow.
Have a hole in the back. You shove it in.
What the hell was it? Like 7 or 8 guys could play at one time on one unit, but there was something else that made it really cool. Downloading MP3 files, probably?
Yeah, you could download things. It hooks up. You can play online. Something with video and photos, too.
Yeah, but the point I want to make, they show this great technology on TV. We're sitting in the office getting ready for a radio show, and Anthony and I are thinking, well, there it is. Because then the reporter has to say, the bad news, it won't be available until the end of 2006.
Yeah.
But they're showing us one.
Yeah, I know. It's right there.
It's right there. They're making them already.
Jimmy's getting pounded, by the way.
Why?
Because filibuster would be found in the F encyclopedia.
Oh, I thought it was a V.
And, of course, our listeners not letting you get away with that one.
And they absolutely shouldn't. Yeah. I'm a PHUCKING idiot. It's a filibuster.
Let's go to Eric in New York City.
Eric, filibuster, you tool.
Good morning, boys.
What's up, Eric?
Hey.
They showed a commercial the other day of a mother of all phones. It's from Nokia, and obviously it's coming from Europe, because they're way ahead of us. This phone does everything: video camera, regular camera, MP3 player, internet. Everything was in that phone.
Oh yeah.
It was the most, and they said it was like they were advertising like a movie, coming in June 22nd.
All right.
Where's the car crash?
Why? It wasn't.
No,
it wasn't.
not
It
even.
wasn't worthy of a car crash. It was just. You said Europe is far ahead of us technologically, but they're actually not.
I think they are, and so is Japan.
Yeah,
no, they're not.
Japan.
Japan is overrated.
Japan's kicking our ass with the
Opie,
technology.
I have a question for you.
I don't know what they're doing.
Are you looking forward to Jimmy moving into your neighborhood and yelling "Monster Rain"?
I don't really get that. Wow, this guy. Meaning I'm going to blow Jimmy?
Not only.
Or is he going to blow me?
I think he's going to blow you.
Wait. You want me to get him to blow you?
No, I want you to blow Opie.
Okay, he's both in the ring. Give you both a beat, and you both could blow each other. I'll get blood all over my porch.
All right.
Used to that.
Thank you.
Okay.
I don't know.
That wasn't a car crash. That was what happens when the car just runs out of gas on a hill. Pulls over into the grassy median.
No real excitement, just stalls at the top of the hill.
Flurker.
And you got to go.
Also, there was no cell phones in 1981. As you used as your example, there wasn't a cell phone network in the United States until 1983. So, again, the listeners don't want to let you get away with a couple of years there.
Wow, Alexander Graham B. from whackbag.com. Douchebags.
All right, here we go.
Cell phones. F-O-N-E-S.
Jesus, I am an ass.
We're still trying to figure out if we are indie yuppies here, Anthony. Let's see.
I am so far.
Yeah, Jimmy
I'm
is.
much more progressive than anyone would think.
Yeah.
The next question, do you know what grime is?
Yes.
Grime.
Grime. G-R-I-M-E.
After you have sex, the next morning, it's the stuff you scrape between your ball bag and leg and sniff.
I don't know what grime is.
I have no idea what grime is. Anyone out there know what grime
I
is?
could assume, but I choose not to. Grime. It doesn't tell you what it is?
No.
Assholes.
Do you know what grime is? I don't know what it is. I'm looking quickly here. I don't see an explanation for that one at all.
No.
If someone could help us out, what is grime as far as that hip culture?
Yeah.
The hip indie yuppie culture. Grime. Have you ever done a web search to find a name of a song used in a VW ad?
No.
What are they using? Really hip music for the
They're reaching.
car ads?
Funny.
All right.
Yeah, they're reaching.
How about this one? Do you have a Gmail account? What the hell is a Gmail account?
Google has some kind of a mail account, which I don't have. No, I certainly don't.
Really?
But why would you want a Gmail account instead of just a regular?
Because it's cooler, man.
Well, what makes it? But what makes it cool?
I don't know.
No idea.
Never heard of it.
All right. Well, you know.
Oh, someone knows? Danny?
Where's Danny? I thought he went to get Ben.
Danny?
Oh.
Danny, you know?
Danny?
A Gmail.
Get on my son.
Yeah.
Just the way it's set up, and they give you a hell of a lot more storage than Yahoo does or anybody else.
Really?
What, does it cost money?
No, it's free.
What? Oh, for
But
advertising.
it gives you a lot more space.
Yeah, 2 gigs for free, and the way the layout is, it's just set up a lot better than most email accounts.
Yeah.
But where is it stored, though?
I'm sorry?
Where is it all stored?
Google servers. I don't
Can
know.
they...
I'm not falling for it, Jim.
No, I'm actually not messing with you, because I know friends of mine have 8 Gmail accounts, and it's like, but what is the advantage other than advertising, I suppose, for them? Do they send do you have to allow them to send ads into your box? Is that how they support it?
There's targeted text ads in the email, so basically Google scans the words in your email and will give you targeted ads on the side. No picture ads. It's nothing taking up the screen. But let's say there's Opie and Anthony in the text of the email.
Good example, Danny.
There will be
Good.
links to Foundry Music and OpieandAnthony.com.
They scan your email? I don't like that.
What's word? Yeah, key words get scanned.
You think I need all kinds of stupid ads for like pedals and files?
All right, Danny. So that's what a Gmail account is. Do you know what grime is?
Absolutely not. No clue.
Try to find out if someone out there knows what grime is. Put them right through if they know. Are you an indie yuppie? The next question. That's brilliant. That's effing brilliant. Did Garden State speak to you as no other film ever has? You ever see Garden State?
I've seen it.
I
It
like
didn't
Garden
speak to
State.
me, but I found it entertaining.
It was
definitely wasn't something I could relate to. It didn't speak to me.
It was definitely a good movie, and actually I love the soundtrack.
I
to
get
that
jealous when Nathaniel just talks to you.
What did he say?
Doesn't
didn't
talk to me.
No, he didn't talk.
Oh, who is he talking
the
to?
Hawk.
No.
The Hawk?
What did he say,
I
Eric?
see him in there talking, and I can't hear him, and I'm like, what's he saying?
We're fixing a piece of production.
What's the matter? Is everything all right?
Everything's fine.
Hawk's a little,
They all
Hawk's a little
communicate
testy
this
today.
morning.
What's wrong? Get back on the mic.
Get on the mic, Hawk.
He's
Let's
a
talk it
little-
over.
Did that filibuster thing have you upset?
Oh, come on.
Look at
What's
him.
the
He goes-
matter?
He goes, no.
No.
Like I mean it.
What's the matter, Hawk?
Nothing.
Problem.
We were fixing something in the back. That's all.
These
You're
guys,
a little testy, though, today.
Yeah.
Am I?
Notice
Yeah.
that. You got a little spunk to you.
these guys communicate during the show. It's really strange. They got IMs going back and
Oh,
forth,
yeah.
and then conversations going on through their headphones.
Headphones.
and They're landing planes. I don't know what the hell they're doing.
Notes, little Post-it notes are being run back and forth.
Are you surprised we didn't go with your whole filibuster thing?
He can't get over it.
No, we were looking for material, and I saw that on the news server there. I'm like, do you want to do anything with the filibuster?
We want to
No?
blow
Okay.
off comedy gold like that. He just can't understand.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying, though. It's such an obvious go-to.
Yeah.
You got the Johansson audio, you got the Psycho Ex-Girlfriend, and filibuster.
Yeah.
I think we should just filibuster, and then we'll never get to the filibuster.
Yeah, we'll never get to the filibuster. Just filibuster.
We're going to filibuster. Thank you. Brand new word on the show, filibuster.
Filibuster.
Grime is dirt, David is saying. Come on.
Well, we know that.
That's the obvious one, but as far as this indie, yuppie, hip culture, what does grime mean?
Grime is a new term for techno or house music. Grime is rap in the UK. Grime, a subgenre of UK garage music. Right? Well, it's some type of music. Grime is UK
subgenre?
music mixed between techno and alternative, and it sucks.
Subgenre?
Subgenre.
Let's go to John.
That's what grime is.
What's up, John?
Hey, it's basically like hip-hop with more bass. It's like a two-step kind of version. It's not very good at all.
Two-step version.
Does anybody have an example of grime we could hear?
Yeah, we would play a little grime.
Like under like Dizzy Rascal.
Dizzy Rascal?
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. He's our producer.
Dizzy Rascal.
Yeah, Travis is going to Ben's place to hopefully see what the hell's going on. It's now 8:30 and no word from our executive producer, Ben.
That is very odd.
All right, let's go to HP.
What's up?
HP, what's up?
Man, hey, that's slang for dope.
It is not.
It is too. I was in the pit.
All right, let's go
Shut
to
up.
Tim. Tim,
Oh, you found some Dizzy Rascal?
Hey, what's up, man? What's going on? Ope, Amp, Little Jimmy?
Hi, fella.
You know what grime is?
Yeah, it's like underground. They call it garage music here. It's like a rap. It's like slow down. It sounds like shit. It's garbage, man. It's like you can pull it off like Kazaa and you get it like in England and shit. It stinks, man.
Yeah, do you know any Dizzy Rascal? Because we have the whole Dizzy Rascal catalog here.
Wow.
No, I ain't never heard of that. The other thing
Rascal.
grime is that shit that grows on your sink if you don't wash it. It's like that. It looks almost like a lime deposit.
Right.
They call that grime, but yeah, as far as the music term, it stinks, man. You don't want to play none of that shit. Trust me.
All right, thank you. Well, we
Now
got an
I gotta
example
hear
of grime. Here's a song called "Fix Up, Look Sharp."
Oh,
Little grime.
Buddy, you're an old man.
Oh, it sounds kind of like the dude from American Idol during the tryouts.
Need some beat for this.
It sounds like the opening of the song that's just being looped.
Yeah, it
Like
is.
the meat of the song that's not getting. Can we hear another Dizzy Rascal number? Maybe this is just a bad one.
Yeah.
This
We
could be
need
the
a
B-side.
comparison.
It's catchy too.
I would like if
It's
there
a
was
little
some
bit
kind of
catchy.
lyrics.
It sounds like the kid that was trying out for American Idol that got arrested. Remember, we were playing.
Oh, right.
We were playing his stuff when the tryouts were going
Yep,
on, and
yep.
he was just completely out of his mind.
Uh-huh.
And they called it like crunk or something like that. Paul Abdul called it crunk.
This is some grime, though.
All right, let's listen to some more grime. This is Just a Rascal.
He's just a rascal. He's just a rascal. He's just a rascal.
Rock and roll McDonald's.
He's just a rascal. He's just a rascal. He's just a rascal. Dizzy rascal. He's just a rascal. He's just a rascal. He's just a rascal.
for big money stacks. Top tens on platinum plaques, ain't got no need for a chain of attack. I'm a root wet and bargain that. Got this game in my hand like that.
The bottom end's a little more techno, you could tell. That's like the only difference between that and any other hip-hop you would hear, I guess.
They remind me of these guys, Asher D and Daddy Freddy.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know if they were both British or one of them was. They're like a rap group from like the 1980 something.
I heard they were big with the Lords, that gang that used to go around, Jimmy.
Yeah, well, the one guy was British. He would go, leave him alone.
Let's get a Doughboy. What's up, Doughboy?
What's going on, guys?
Hey.
You guys missed the whole angle with the indie coolness of Gmail.
All right.
The fact that it was so indie cool is because you only got a couple invites, and you had to invite your friends. So if you had a Gmail account, it was back when it was 1 gig and it was new and nobody really knew about it. But if you knew about it, you were cool. And if you had one, you were ultra cool. You were Trey cool. It was fucking gay.
But you have to be invited. Now you can just go get one, right?
Well, no, I don't know if you can go get one, but they give you like 250 invites now. So it's like everybody and their brother has one.
I'm scared.
All right. Thank you.
Well, have a nice day, boys.
All right. So there you go. And there's some samples of grime.
Well, we learned something new on this
A dizzy
program.
rascal, a dizzy rascal. That's going to run through my fucking head all morning.
No.
Sucker.
I know.
A dizzy right.
All of a sudden your iPod's going to be filled with grime music. Dude, this stuff isn't bad after all.
He's drunk and shitting. He's drunk and shitting. That's the kind of song. Dude, I had that sushi. I had that sushi.
Poor Ben. Not even here to defend himself.
A cock like a thigh. A cock like a thigh.
That's classic. I'm digging the grime. All right.
Sean from Columbus is saying filibuster is what Ben tells guys what he plans to do with women. I'm going to filibuster. Very funny, Sean.
All right, here we go. Are you an indie yuppie?
Oh,
back to this. Do you own at least one white belt?
A white belt? No.
What's the deal with white belts?
Is
It's
that
very
like
hip and very
we are
retro.
so fucking out of touch.
That's very retro. It's corny.
You've
Corny.
seen the white belts?
Oh, yeah, it's
around
corny.
town?
I'm out of it.
You're supposed to wear them like there's some hip, cool pants.
Yeah.
And you know, you're supposed to be just like, you know, like this 70s svelte, you know,
Yeah.
too hip for the room douche. It's awful.
All right. If the listeners want to help us out with some of this stuff, you know, please call the show. I'm not getting a bunch of these. Do you have a fully articulated stance on Bright Eyes?
What?
Do you have a fully articulated stance on Bright Eyes, the band?
What?
Well, they're political in nature, I guess. They trashed Bush on Leno, I remember.
Of course they did. God, can I just asterisk, can you fucking bands for once have an unpredictable opinion? Okay, back to what we're talking about. Just once. Once. Please.
I could not even... You gave me 200% more information than I had about what that even meant.
Well, Bright Eyes is... I know they're a big band these days, but to have a fully articulated stance... on
They're
Bright
real...
Eyes-
Those guys are mavericks, though, man. I mean, they'll go right on TV and say the government's bad.
Wow.
These guys are pretty
That's
pretty
never
out
been
there.
done before.
Dude, that is
as far
a
as music
risk.
goes.
That's a risk. You want to take a show business risk? Criticize the gay mafia. See how far you get. Shitheads.
All right, can we play some Bright Eyes? What was the song that they played on Leno and got in trouble for? Does anyone remember?
Oh, I know that song.
Danny knows. Danny's coming back. Danny's working extra hard today because
sure is, after
Nathaniel
Nathaniel
trumped him.
Smashed his face.
And that video's up on OpieandAnthony.com, Nathaniel's assault on the media. We started the show with it. It's hilarious. You got to check it out, OpieandAnthony.com. Danny, you know the song?
I forgot the name of the song, but I do have it cut. I could get it for you in a minute. If you
All right,
want.
cool. Yeah, we'll check that out in a second. Bright Eyes. See what they're about. Is this Travis calling in? Hello.
Hey, it's Travis.
Hey, Travis. What's up?
We are outside the Ben Sparks residence, we believe. Are you sure it's 1C?
Who are you with?
With Master Poe.
Oh, no. Is Master Poe going to break down
You
the
can
door?
break the door down.
I don't know.
Well, karate chops.
All right. Well, Travis, what are we going to do? Just ring his buzzer and see what happens?
Yeah, we rang the buzzer. The outside little post says, yeah, well, we don't want to give the name over the air.
Of course not.
But the name on the door is different from the B Sparks that we saw outside.
All right. Well, ring the buzzer.
That's what we're doing. We're knocking on the door. Master Poe might have to break it down.
Wait, you're actually at the door of his apartment?
Yes, we think so.
Yeah, bang that.
he's in there.
What did he say?
Holy shit, I overslept.
Wait, what happened?
He just said, "Holy shit, I overslept."
Hang on, he's probably coming.
All right.
Oh my God, we got to send people to his house. Dude.
I heard him in there. He's not coming to the door yet.
You gotta tell us what's going on there, Travis.
You guys want to talk to him?
Yeah, of course.
All right, hang on. Ben, they want to talk to you.
No.
He says no.
Of course not.
What do you mean he says no? Put him on the fucking phone.
I can't bust through the door. Ben, Jimmy wants to talk to you.
Ben, we were worried about you. We thought you were attacked by a midget.
Master Poe's making jokes.
Yeah, I know.
Is that what that was?
Oh, that's why we're not laughing.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Ben wants us to leave.
Wants you to. Ben gets very.
It's not our problem.
His neighbors will freak out.
He gets
Too
all
bad
nasty.
about his neighbors.
It's not our problem he overslept. He's the executive producer of the Opie and Anthony Show, and he's getting mad at us because we finally had to wake him up at 8:45 in the morning.
He said he's gonna get in the shower. Is he coming in?
Tell him to call us immediately.
Why
call,
is it the shower?
Call the show immediately before he gets in the shower.
Okay. Hang on. Yeah, I'll walk back over there.
Uh-huh.
Ben, they want you to call the show immediately before you get in the shower. I think he's already in the shower.
All right. Good job, guys. That's Travis and Master Poe waking up our executive producer.
That's funny. Holy shit, I overslept. An understatement that is.
Thank you, Travis.
You're welcome.
All right, there you go.
Bye-bye.
All right, now we can do the show, knowing that Ben is alive.
Yeah.
Because we've all been just sitting here wondering.
Felt really bad if we played that Ben Sparks bit that we played earlier, and as it's playing, like he's just green on his
all
bed.
Right, Jesus. What the
As
hell?
he's got his XM on, and it's playing,
All right,
and
man.
he's just, ugh.
And the last thing he hears before his little heart finally gives out is us shitting on him.
Oh,
Where is that fat hog idiot? Dead.
For the last bit of drunken vomit goes down his windpipe.
Yeah, he's humming Dirty Deeds. Ben Scott. Dirty Deeds. I've got big balls.
Are you an indie yuppie? Just a couple more questions here. Do you have a TiVo? Most of us have that now, right?
Yeah.
TiVo. DVR.
Or, yeah,
That's from the
DVR is
cable
the way to go
company.
from the cable company.
I'm switching to Time Warner Cable when I move because I have
DVR is
There you
the
go.
way
Is that
to
better?
go.
Time Warner is a good cable service with their DVRs. Yeah, Optimum still has some bugs to shake out of it.
The only problem is I can get 100 hours on my DirecTV TiVo. 100 hours. You can only get like 36 hours on
Really?
these stupid DVRs. Yeah.
Yeah, 36 hours, that's a drag.
That's a lot of time. But if you're recording a series or something like that, sometimes it will repeat, and you want to get more time.
Now, DVR is simple. You don't have to hook up anything. It just comes with your cable
Comes
box.
with your cable. The TiVo, I always had a problem with. I've got two TiVos. The first one I got was a while back, and the whole thing with plugging it into the goddamn telephone line, and it calls and updates at night, and it was never updating right. It just didn't work. I finally just ripped it out, went with the DVR.
Do you have to update that or no?
DVR?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
No, it's because
It's all your cable company.
It's all just
They
hooked
come
up.
out with something new or better, yeah, you get it.
Now let me ask you. I have DSL because I hate the cable companies. I think they monopolize, so I never supported them. So I got satellite.
Man.
I know. It's just my little way of not contributing.
Yeah.
And now I have DSL. Which is faster, cable or DSL?
Cable.
Is it?
Yep.
Okay.
Cable much better.
Much better?
Yep. Absolutely.
All right, a couple more really fast here. Have you ever paid more than $50 for one pair of jeans?
Yes. Who hasn't in this?
I was going to say, I think everyone has now.
Yeah.
Jesus.
You can't get out of a store for less than $50 for a pair of jeans.
You're paying more than a nickel for a bus ride? Jesus.
Do you have a blog?
Well, Jimmy does.
Jimmy has a blog.
Not an active one.
Yeah, why haven't you updated that lately? I used to love reading your blog.
Thank you. Because creatively, I'm very satisfied here, so it's I have an outlet.
All right. And finally, are you confused as to whether or not it's okay to like Coldplay?
No, I'm not confused. I could give a flying fuck about it.
You like the Coldplay?
I don't care.
I like the Coldplay.
I don't know what they sing. I'm sure I've heard them, but I don't.
Oh my God!
Name me a Coldplay song.
Here's their hit.
Hawk? Well, no, I don't know if they're going to know it. Yeah, go ahead.
This is a hit, a Coldplay hit.
Go to hell, I'm going to go play in the piano.
Diane. Yeah, you've heard this.
Lights go out and I can't be saved. Tides that I tried to swim again.
Sounds like Dave Matthews without the edge.
Their third album is about to be released. It's going to be a smash.
What's the name of this song? We sound like Bruce Hornsby?
Clocks. And then Yellow was a huge hit for them. They had 1 million hits, actually, off their last album. Yellow's off their first album.
You can't go where the others go.
I have no opinion.
Yeah.
Why would they hit Coldplay like in this indie yuppie story?
Well, if that comes up on your little radio there on the way home, are you listening to it?
I might or I might not. It's one of those just background music. I'm not going to sing along to it, chortling along as I drive down the highway to it.
All right.
I spent some time yesterday in Soho because I'm kind of couch shopping. Ooh. And, I've gone to Soho with you. I never go down there, ever. And my gay friend helped me couch shop.
Oh, we did?
For 5 hours yesterday.
5 hours with a gay man couch shopping.
Because I'm
trying. Why 5 hours?
A bunch of different stores. And do you know how awful it is to have a gay guy calling his gay friend, and they're discussing, like, because I had one picked out, and I walked in, and he's just like, oh, it's hideous. It's hideous.
You can't possibly pick something out.
And they're on the phone, and we're in the store, it's called Domain, and he calls, he goes,
Domain.
We're in Domain, and I know the other guy must have said something, he goes, I don't know, that's just where he wanted to go, and I was like,
oh, is that what he said? I don't know.
Oh, they were disgusting.
What are you doing there? I don't know. He just wanted to come here.
Just go to Pottery Barn.
No, Mike, I have
Pick out one of the 4 couches they have on display.
That's it.
And wait your 8 weeks and
there you go.
And get it into your new apartment.
You might not get this, but when it comes to couches, I'm going to admit I'm a couch diva.
Are you a couch diva?
I want a nice, cushy. I found what I wanted too. It's
you did?
massive. It's just high, and you sink into it. It's like.
My couch stinks.
Dude,
I got a Pottery Barn. It doesn't have any armrests.
Really?
Yeah, it just kind of falls off to the side. It's just awful.
How deep is it? Do you know? Mine is
it's comfortable, but
44 inches deep.
And it's a sectional, so you get anything going on your couch, and all of a sudden
they start coming apart.
Oh, yeah, it's like the ice sheets are separating, and you're falling into the frigid
glacier,
the frigid Atlantic.
No,
I hate my couch.
Do you really?
Yeah, I'll sign it and put it on eBay.
Oh, really?
Come get it.
I'm glad you said that, because before I forget, I got to sell my TV. It's an amazingly good television if anybody wants it. It's just big.
How old is it?
2 years.
2 years old.
In excellent condition, 54 inches.
54.
HD TV.
Why are you selling it?
Because I'm moving and I want to get a flat screen because I don't have the room.
Oh,
get an LCD.
This is a flat screen, but I mean it's like a big floor unit. I want to get one for the wall because I honestly just don't have the room for it.
Right.
So I don't know how to sell it.
Go. Look at Jimmy go.
Let's all sell stuff on eBay. Because I got a pair of rollerblades I hate from Solomon that I've had for about a year. 5-wheel.
Sign him and just
I'll sign.
Jimmy will sign his television.
Yeah,
no, because it might not be an O&A fan that wants it. I can't. What the fuck? Who wrote on this? Some kid?
I'll sign my stupid rollerblades. I'll sign the right foot and Anthony signs the left foot.
Oh, I don't want to sign your rollerblades. Those are yours. I got my own junk I could sell.
Yep. What are you going to sell?
I don't know.
Wait a minute.
I got every single backstage pass we've ever gotten from any event we've ever done.
How is my shitty TV? I can't. Look. I got to sell a TV. I can't compete with real real paraphernalia. Like fucking. I can't. This is just a TV if you want to watch it.
Just a TV.
I can't compete with. This is the backstage pass we had. This was like Cobain's shoe that I touched.
Nothing exciting about your TV?
No, unless it's like tranny porn. Maybe some of that's burned into the fucking memory. My dumb couches. I'm trying to sell all this shit.
Let's bring some stuff in and just sell it.
You have to pick it up, though. You have to come to my place and pick it up.
Oh, that's kind of dangerous.
Why?
Who the hell do you want coming to your house?
Well, it's my old apartment when I'm moving out of.
Oh, okay. Then
but I would try. Listeners are fine. They're not whatever.
All right, we got Bright Eyes from Leno.
Oh.
They sang a song. This was in the news a couple weeks ago when the president talks to God, and it was a really, really big deal. They performed this song, and then the media had a field day with this. We could take a listen here.
Please welcome Bright Eyes.
When the president talks to God, are the conversations brief or long? Does he ask to rape our women's rights and send poor farm kids off to die? Does God suggest an oil hike when the president talks to God?
Yeah, man. Oh, Arlo Guthrie. You're Arlo Guthrie.
You phony maverick. You phony maverick.
Ugh.
What?
Yeah, man. Must be a big hit around the fire on the beach when he grabs his guitar. Hey, man, I'm going to play a tune, man.
Send our farm boys off to die.
Yeah, man.
You fucking phony 1967 mentality maverick.
They got a little angle there, though.
They suck.
They got an angle that is just so played.
That college student mentality, dog shit. I see nothing but rebelling against mommy and daddy attitude.
Don't get me wrong. This would stink if it was a pro-president song up on stage.
It's just awful.
Doing a whole patriotic song. It's that affected,
Yeah.
This is so important. Listen how angry I'm playing my acoustic guitar. It's like the anger is coming through, man.
The angry artist, man, just here to deliver something
I have
to
something
you.
to say. Shut up.
Although I will say in their defense, as much as I think they stink, at least they're talking through the work. That's as opposed to a guy like Cosby who fucking is mom and pop on the ice cream, blah, 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 and he's fingering people who stop over and giving them pills.
Bend over the table, you get a piece of my pudding pop.
So at least these awful bands speaking. But what fucking cornballs. You know, we're going to really rock it on the Tonight Show. Way to be anti-establishment.
Well, let's hear a little more, I guess.
When the president talks to God, are the consonants all hard or soft? Is he resolute all down the line? Is every issue black or white? Does what God say ever change his mind when the president talks to God?
Oh, God.
When the president talks to God, does he fake that drawl or merely nod? Agree which convicts should be killed, where prisons should be built and filled? Which voter fraud must be concealed when the president talks to God?
That's right.
Yeah, open up the prison gates and let everyone
When
go.
the president
I hope you get
talks
raped
to
in your
God,
asshole.
I wonder which one plays the better cop. We should find some jobs, the ghetto's broke. No, they're lazy, George. I say we don't. Just give them more liquor stores and dirty coke. That's what God recommends.
Give them more dirty coke.
Yeah, that's what the government's doing. Building the liquor stores in the black neighborhood.
Right, and giving them coke.
And giving them the coke.
Right.
Oh, my God.
That, by the way, right there is... Thank you. That is the left.
Yeah.
That is exactly what the left is.
Oh, no, the left discussion again.
No, not. Just saying that's what it is.
Oh, this
and the
guy
right
can't
is
get
just
any
so
further
brilliant.
left.
The right is awful, but at
Right's
least
a
the
bunch of
right
idiots,
is
too.
consistent.
Just acknowledge
A bunch
that,
of
though.
idiots,
I
too.
always acknowledge that. Always. No,
Far right,
the
far
religious
left,
right.
they're equally as dopey.
All right, thank you.
How many times have I said
Thank
the
you.
religious right is repulsive and awful? They're terrible.
Okay.
They both stink. It's somewhere in the middle, and this guy ain't even close to the middle.
That's all I want to hear. They both stink.
But I've said that though
We've
many
said that
times.
so
I've
many times.
never said that the far right is good. They're atrocious, but they're the same way they were in 1965.
The far right, as a matter of fact, is a lot more dangerous than the far left.
Of course they are. 99%
The far
of the
left
complaints.
are babbling idiots that you just bitch slap around. The far right can do some severe damage.
The problem with is the far right is the same as they've always been. You know what you're in for with them. They're awful with freedom of speech. They're awful with almost everything. The far left is just this phony, we are different, and that's what bothers me about them.
I'd love to know this guy's solution to prisons and
That's what I'm saying.
Where's the solution
Just
then?
childlike knee-jerk
build
reaction.
more prisons and fill them up. What? Wait, what?
Yeah.
Well, what's the option then?
Right.
Not building prisons? So what? Let them out?
Because people in the ghetto have no responsibility for their actions, right? Fucking intellectual superiority, white boy. That's exactly what it is.
It's
No
the white
responsibility.
government's fault,
Of course
Jimmy.
it is.
Listen to the guy's song. It's the white government's fault that the ghettos have liquor stores and people choose to buy liquor in them and get drunk and maybe not work.
Another paternalistic white guy who thinks that little
Yeah.
blacks are children and need to be coddled and it's not their fault, man.
All right, can we listen to the rest of the
This
song?
guy singing sounds like Daryl and Daryl from
He's
Newhart.
singing. He's not singing. He's just
No,
talking.
He's talking.
When the president talks to God, do they drink near beer and go play golf? While they pick which countries to invade, which Muslim souls still can be saved. I guess God just calls a spade. When the president talks to God.
Just listen to the words, man.
Which
for El-Zarqawi.
Yeah, exactly. Al-Zarqawi, who just said it's okay to kill, Sunni Muslims?
Yeah.
Yeah, is that
When
the
the
one you're talking
president
about? The Muslims who get along so well when we're not
Did you
there?
ever think that
Fucking
maybe
idiot.
he's not? That voice is just inside his head when he kneels next to the presidential bed. Does he ever smell his own? When the president talks to God, I doubt it.
Yeah, I doubt it.
I doubt it. Phil Mishmish. Phil Mishmish.
Well, this says it all. Tad from San Francisco.
Yeah.
I think George Bush embodies all that's wrong with America. I still want to punch this Bright Eyes guy square in the face. See?
Well, here we go. Here's BJ from Philly. BJ.
What's up, boys?
Hey.
Turns out I do have an articulated view on these guys.
Yeah. All of a sudden I do too now. Chalk me up for that one, Oak.
All right.
Yes, they are a bunch of unimportant faggots.
All right, thank you, buddy.
Ah.
Let's go to New York City. Hey, whoever in New York City, what's up?
What's up, Ope?
Hey.
I'm confused, Ope. You always jump to the side of the left. Do you believe the shit this guy's singing about?
Of course not. I'm more of a moderate, first of all. I could care less about the left or the right. The only thing I will say is I do get a little pissed off when Bush does what he has to do and all that. That's fine, but when he starts saying "and God bless America" and "God this" and "God that," that's when I'm like, ugh.
Okay. Keep that out of the goddamn government.
Just keep the religion out of it. That's all I'm saying. So,
All right.
So the idea for the song is pretty interesting, but then obviously the guy.
Oh.
No, I'm just saying.
Interesting? Are you kidding me?
No, shut the fuck up, dude. I'll explain if you give me a minute. All right.
Cool. Go ahead.
I mean, when the president talks to God, so, I mean, this guy, is talking about how Bush is using God and then doing this stuff, and that's just not, shouldn't be.
But those nice Muslims he talks about.
Oh, no.
And sympathizes with. They don't use their gods to lop people's fucking heads off with.
Everything's
This self-important jack tool.
Yeah, everything he's saying in that song, I totally disagree with. Yes, of course.
All right, cool.
He's the same idiot that would complain about God being talked about, and yet if you tell Muslims, don't do a certain thing, hey, man, you can't tell them not to talk about their religion, man.
Right, he'd be right there defending them.
So,
All right, I'm out, guys. Thanks.
To me, they're just fraudulent and inconsistent.
Hypocrites.
He has the right to sing a song like that. What I get pissed off about, and that's the only thing, is the whole God angle that is used.
Yeah,
if he,
man.
whatever.
When the president talks to God,
Yeah.
and all those people in the audience,
Yeah.
every line,
Yeah.
gibberish.
All right, well, that was fun.
Ugh.
Hey, good news,
I am
Anthony.
annoyed.
So I am too, because wow, you're really against the big administration, and they are on NBC. Wow, really fucking really going after the corporations.
Yeah, give your money away then.
Ugh, rape our women's rights, man.
Stop it.
Shut up.
Just leave God out of it is what I'm saying. That's
Yeah, I agree. I don't want God mixed in it at all.
Yeah.
Unless it's meaningful and the Lord needs to be there.
Anthony, the assault on the media that happened this morning.
Oh, yeah.
From Nathaniel. It's a great piece of video. It's now up on opieandanthony.com and foundrymusic.com. What makes it even extra special, Nathaniel's behind the reporter with a huge Opie and Anthony sign, and then a listener shows up and starts giving the the camera the finger.
Finger.
And then he just walks away, and then the reporter is done with his little thing he had to do. Turns around while he's still live on TV and goes, "What the fuck is your problem?" to Nathaniel. Here's the audio, just in case you missed it.
Good morning, Sean. This is apparently a very simple crime to commit. All one has to do is buy a couple of multiple Metro cards, stand at the turnstile, and just continuously swipe people in all day. Police sources say these guys net a couple $100 a day, and that's pure profit, but it's costing the TA a great deal, about $16 million a year, and they're trying to put a stop to it. What the fuck is your problem, man?
That was live on TV this morning. Live on TV.
The news guy just lost his mind and turned around and said, "What the fuck is your
It's
problem?"
funny, if he was reporting a rape or a murder, he would have no emotion about it.
Yeah.
But you fuck with this self-important idiot while he's doing his news report, and he's upset.
He gets all upset.
And then he comes back from the tape piece, and then he has to go live again, and he's just all flustered. Listen to this.
Sorry about that distraction before. The Transit Committee is expected to pass this later on today.
Who is this?
Because he knows, oh no, that went over live. That video will get some action, and speaking of which, that's why I'm bringing it up again.
Yeah.
Fark.com has it up on their website.
Oh!
Thank you, Fark, once again for helping out the show.
Thank you, Drew Curtis.
When our stuff gets on Fark, it goes everywhere from that point on.
Yep.
So let's say hi to Frank.
Hey.
What's up, Frank? Frank Caliendo.
Oh!
Believe it or not, my timing's always off. I was going to call in as George W. Bush and go, "I like that song, man." Who is that guy talking about?
Yeah, what a tool.
No, I like the song, but I wanted to say I emailed you yesterday, Opie, and I finally got my radio.
Oh, cool.
So now I can listen. I feel like an idiot for having taken so long to get one, but
oh, no worries. We look forward to you calling in the show now.
yeah, and maybe they'll all be as entertaining as this.
Well, you should just. I think you should probably just start right off with your Bush impression. It's brilliant.
Well, yeah. It's always better to hear me than Caddy Adondo. That guy is what was that song again? It's always good to get to the end. I'm doing Spanish words with him now and doing that bobblehead move that he does. That burrito. It's always good to pronounce something a little bit better. Look out for La Cucaracha, man. They will get you with their legs or whatever. The end.
The end. All right. Listen, dude, we're running really late, so.
All right. Well, I just want to say, hey.
Hello?
Hey.
Yeah?
Frank.
Frank.
Can you hear me?
Your phone's crapping out.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Well, I just want to say, hey, guys.
All right, hold on. They want to give you the hotline so you can get right through. Frank Caliendo, a friend of the show, checking in. Quick break. When we get back, we have outside the studio Rich Voss, Dave Mordal.
Uh-oh.
The lovely Bonnie. I saw Bonnie's boobs. They were very, very lovely.
Who's the girl with Dave?
Who's the girl with Dave? Who's the girl that's sleeping? Who? All right, we'll find out who she is as well.
Right.
Hi, this is Jay Moore. Hey, this is Chris Jericho.
This is Bernie Getz.
This is definitely Flavor Flav on your radio.
This is Bill Burr, the redheaded white boy from Chappelle's Show.
This is Lois Griffin from Family Guy.
Hey, this is adult film star and former gubernatorial candidate Mary Carey.
This is Jeffrey Ross.
Hey, this is Terry Jones here of Monty Python. Hey, what up, y'all? This is Tracy Morgan, a.k.a. Brian Fellows.
Hey, this is The Game, Triple H.
This is your big baby girl, Patrice O'Neal. How you, sweetie?
Hey, it's Colin Quinn.
This is Sunset Thomas.
Hey, this is Seth Green.
Hey, this is Rich Voss from Last Comic Standing, Season 1 and Season 3.
Hey, this is Tommy Chong.
Hey, this is Larry the Cable Guy.
Hey, this is Ozzy Osbourne. And you're listening to Opie and Anthony.
Because you're smart. You're not dumb, like people think.
What is this? Is this grime?
A little grime.
We're back with the O&A program in studio. Rich Voss.
What's happening, man?
And his fiancée Bonnie on the lesbian couch. Oh. I wouldn't sit where you're sitting, by the way.
Well, that's where he was licking when we came in. Ugh.
Listen, I'm a little tired.
Yeah. It's not about you, douchebag. Let me introduce your friend
Well,
here,
you
Dave
looked
Mordell.
at me already.
And Dave Mordell.
Good morning.
Hey, I can't believe you've never met Anthony.
I never met Anthony. No, I just heard really great things. I really did. Honestly,
I feel
as
like
much
I
as
know
you guys
you now.
hate Rich Voss, he talks about Anthony like he.
Me and Rich have.
What did you say last night? How much he carried this show?
I said he's a genius.
Yeah, that's what
He
he said.
is. He's an ad-lib genius.
Yeah, and then you said that continually over the bit we were listening to, so I never did get to hear him.
You know, Anthony's brilliant. Opie's good with the knobs. Opie knows how to turn a knob.
He knows he knows volume from bass.
I know.
Rich Voss feeling good in front of his friends.
No,
all right. Game on.
It's just because
Game on.
I'm just having all my. I'm getting all new windows from Hillsborough Glass, so I'm in a good mood. What That is
Hillsborough's Glass, Rich?
They're putting in the windows at my house.
Oh, they are. Oh, so they're good at that kind of stuff.
I already earned my money. And look what else I got that I bought for you guys. You're gonna like this. My new T-shirt that says "Voss sucks."
Voss
I'm gonna
sucks.
go with the flow from the message boards.
Right.
Ugh. Dave, carry it today.
Wait a minute. Wait.
Oh, man. I can't wait for Hillsborough Glass to get over to your house today.
Why are you making it this easy for us to kill you today?
Because I'm just.
That is the worst font you could choose for a T-shirt.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
It's a black shirt that says Voss sucks in the worst white
basic
font.
White.
Yeah, because I'm just a plain guy. I'm an average guy.
I like it, actually.
Yeah,
you
gotta
like that?
convince
Yeah,
us.
I do. I actually do like it.
No distractions or anything. It's
Nothing.
right there.
Yep. No cleverness that you got to get.
No.
Nothing. Nothing like that.
Just a black shirt with truth on it.
Yeah, no good taste. Yeah. Wouldn't you save money by coloring them on there and then just kind of ironing it so the wax stays in?
That's what I wanted to do, but just a couple guys that can call in from the boards and get one.
Can I have one?
Dave?
You could have one, but I don't have XXX.
Well, you gotta make fun of me.
You lost weight. You look good.
You do look good.
Oh, thanks.
He's got a roll coming
Quiet,
up.
Dave and Richard talking.
No, you look really good. I like the hair. And
Dave was saying just before we went on Mike's here that he stayed at Voss's place. Is that the first time you've stayed there?
Yeah, that's the first place I've stayed at the new place, yeah.
It's creepy, right?
It's really creepy.
He's so proud of this.
You should hear him talk about his decorator. Like there's somebody that really exists that did it, Like he didn't just find it that way and just move stuff around.
He's got furniture that people died on.
Yes. We moved the furniture. You know how obsessive compulsive this moron is. We moved the furniture last night about 4.5 inches. He could barely watch the movie.
Oh man,
because the marks on the carpet weren't. It was so uncomfortable.
What a man!
And then we had to move it back. It took actually about 4 or 5 minutes to actually line it up. And he's such a.
You're another OCD guy?
Yeah, well,
He's
you want
horrible
things
at it.
the way you want them. Your house is your house.
I'm not going to argue with you on that one. I
It's a
understand, but.
Funny comedy we're watching Hotel Rwanda last night. Did you watch that? He should have won that Oscar hands down.
I said
oh my God, this is like deja vu. Anthony was saying it just before the show.
You want me to tell you why he didn't win it? You want me to give you the main?
Oh boy!
No, listen to me.
You see Norton's eyes get really
Only
wide.
because whenever the hands go up, it's not going to be smart.
Exactly.
Listen to me. Here's the thing. That happened in '94 during the Clinton administration. So the Academy did not push that or give him the Oscar because they knew millions of people would go see the movie. He won the Oscar, and people would know how bad that administration was during it. So,
like it matters at this point.
Yeah, because if we ever invented a time machine and gone back to that era,
isn't that a good theory?
You can really criticize him and shake your finger at his face and go, you...
Now he doesn't get to be president again.
Well, also because...
Of course, because of the amendment also, but... Wow, what a... I wonder how long it took him to come up with that,
now I got to defend the left. I got to disagree with that. There's probably some other reasons, but behind because it's not like a fun role like Ray Charles was, but I don't think
that's a fun role. The guy's banging dope and screwing people on the road.
But it's still a positive role.
Yeah, it all works out.
He's a blind guy, politically correct.
Kind of like your life. It works out in the end.
Should have won though.
Yeah.
The guy's really good.
Yeah, he was
got nothing.
When I met him, Don Cheadle, he came up to me at the golf course. He goes, "Oh, I saw you on Last Comic." He goes, you were funny. I'm friends with the director." Then I saw him like 5 minutes later. I go, "Can we take a picture together?" I went from a peer to a fat chick like that in a second. I actually just called myself a peer with Don.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
you went from a peer
Boy,
throw yourself off one.
How you haven't won an Oscar, I don't know. I mean, because that's...
I don't know if you saw the guy.
See, now it's catching. Now I suck.
Now, you should
Started
riding
riding
in your
that he
car.
asked him for his 5-iron.
Hey, Dave.
Can I ride in your golf cart?
You got to say it like, hey, man, let's get a picture. You got to do it like that. Like,
Yeah.
like, it'll be fun for both of us to do this, even though he knows you're being a fan. I've done that many times.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like 50 rungs below, and I'm like, come on, let's just do a picture. Like, it'll be fun to show my nephew.
Dave, I guess that didn't work with Bobby De Niro, did it, Jimmy? When you slowly touched his arm and went, Bob.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
Where?
Oh, you haven't heard that story yet?
My first celebrity shoot down, I had never been turned down. The first one to shoot me down was De Niro.
Where at?
The Billy Crystal premiere.
No.
Fucking 700 Sunday. I didn't know De Niro
Walks
was...
up, gently touches his arm and goes,
Oh, how creepy.
Bob.
Dude, they said,
Bob.
They said no cameras. You could not bring cameras to this. I saw Harvey Keitel, and I was I just no camera. But I brought it up, and then I saw De Niro, and I saw my manager's assistant, and I'm like, just come on. And she's like, I can't. I'm like, just fucking come on, take the camera. And I just touch his forearm.
Oh.
And he's standing with Grace. He's standing with Grace Hightower. And I go, Bob?
How creepy is that?
Like, I thought that he would think...
You look like Yoda when you do that.
He's so famous, I thought that he would, like, hear me call him Bob and think that he must know me.
Right.
I figured that was the inside track.
Like he goes to the same rest area.
I'm not saying it's not stupid, but I'm like, I asked him for a picture. I know what I should have said. I have it
I
planned.
remember calling Richard Harris Rick one time.
That's it.
Never
But
fell
wait,
for it.
how did he say no to you? What did he?
He was. I said I should have talked to him about being a comic and king of comedy, but I just panicked. I'm like, can I get a picture with you? And he goes, nah, I just want to go see. I gotta go. He's doing a celebrity picture. He's like, I just want to go see Billy. He's like, if I take one, a lot of people will ask. He was polite. He wasn't a dick. He just, whatever.
Blew you off like you were a retarded child. You got to be all nice about it.
And then Billy Crystal
walk away.
snapped at me.
He yelled at you?
Yeah, because I got a picture with Yogi Berra and then Rob Reiner. And then I saw Billy, and I just went, I'm a comic. You were great tonight. I want to get a picture. He goes, no cameras. And he walked away.
Oh, what a
Oh,
jackass.
who is this?
Billy Crystal.
What an untalented pile of,
Thank God someone's saying that.
I can't
I'm
stand
sick
Billy
of
Crystal.
the
He makes me
accolades
sick in
this-
everything he's
I
ever
like
been in.
his films.
Oh, yeah.
Shut up. We know
Watching
you have
him
the
on
same managers.
Oscars, it's like watching Nathan Lane. Enough with the dancing and singing and posing your head on fucking cartoons already. All right? He was partners with Dave Hawthorne, who struggles now, and he won't fucking help him. He stinks.
Like
he
he should?
He should be a third guy on the Don and Mike show. That's how bad he is.
Those guys are hilarious, though, man. That little thing
fuck.
they do
Hold
with
on,
the
Frida's calling
news.
from the bank.
Yeah.
Standing on line. Hold on, it's Frida again. I'm driving down a hill. Oh.
Out to lunch is the show.
What happened? I don't know what's
show,
going on.
Out
Yeah, I
to
don't
lunch
get it.
where he was smashing that awful Frida because that bitch stinks and she's not funny. Stop wrecking your fucking mediocre radio show by letting her call in.
So Out to Lunch is the guys in Baltimore, I think?
Yeah.
Okay.
But they're syndicated to JFK and DC.
And they're big
Yeah.
fans of our show. I
Yeah,
guess,
they
right?
love you guys. They hand out stickers for your radio show.
That's so weird.
That's like the lowest self-esteem
I know,
radio
it's like-
guys. Let's hand out stickers for them.
Why don't you promote your own show?
I know, because the guy has like this enormous head, so I'm surprised he even goes out in public. But they're fucking big fans, and we're on there. So I'm fucking trashing Don and Mike because you know why they're not fucking funny? Because they won't have comics in. Because comics will outshine them, and if they were funny and secure like you guys are, right, and lazy, you're lazy too. This way you get comics, you're just too lazy, fucking zeros. All right,
We were
Too
just
lazy
watching the
zeros.
clock, waiting for you to come in, knowing that we'd get a good hour, and then
Yeah.
I could just sit here,
Yeah.
And so they won't have comics in. So now you had to hear them and go, oh, you want a war against, they're blaming these kids. These kids didn't do it. I did it. All right, I'll take a war with you fucking idiots. All right, what are you going to do? You're going to keep me off of TV? So they go after these kids, right? And they go, oh, you want to war? And we're listening to them on not one funny line
They're
in
not
40
funny.
minutes.
No, how about this? Here's a war. You're a fat fuck. Your wife is an unfunny cunt, and your breath stinks. I said that. Jim Norton and Rich Voss agreed.
Yeah, I agree. Here's a war. Why don't you have a war on weight, you fucking buffet molester? All right? Stop eating.
You've been kicked out of every major market. You fucking can't make it. You sucked in New York. You sucked in Philly. You got booted out of Buffalo. How's that? The guys from Out to Lunch are not saying this, although I'm sure they agree with it.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Opie and Anthony.
No.
I thought you were really yelling at you two.
Now we're going to have a problem.
You want a war?
That's what they
Pick out
said.
a small radio show like
Yeah,
that.
two guys that are making like fucking under $20,000 a year. You want a war? What are you gonna do? You fucking jerk offs.
All right.
We should lighten it up. Let's talk about Hotel Rwanda for a few minutes.
Yeah.
I want to back up, actually,
Love the
because
machete scenes.
Yeah, I want to back up because Dave stayed at Voss's, and you got to walk the listeners through Voss's place. It's just you've never been there, right, Ant?
No.
It's like
I go there.
Well, it's a bunch of antiques.
Yeah.
Go to
First off, you have to go through the garage to get to his house. There's no like front door or nothing. You go through the garage, and it honestly looks like
there is.
The cement is cracked, and the water runs down the cement. And
He's very proud of this
You think
place, by the
how
way.
good can this get once you get inside, and you're horribly disappointed. Cause
Really?
Yeah, it's. And then there's the Wall of Shame, which come on, you got to admit.
Wait, he has the worst memorabilia.
It's
I
horrible.
got some good stuff.
He's got stuff from shows he wasn't even on.
It sounds like it would be good stuff. Like here's
Why don't you do a fucking Cribs at my house and we'll see?
Dude, explain
would that be
explain
amazing
the
to do.
Woodstock photo. I mean, everyone knows
It
Voss
is.
was one of the comics at Woodstock.
It was
hosted
taken
it.
from a helicopter.
He's got a picture of himself. He pretty much, like Dave said, he has to circle where which person is him on stage, and it's framed. It's done with an Instamatic camera or something, one of the throwaways.
I'm sorry, Woodstock
And this
wasn't
is
as
the
big
ori-
as your Asbury Park show. But let me tell you something. We're 12 fucking drunks
At
and,
least I got a
and
nice
80
digital photo of me
shut
on
up.
stage.
All right, your fucking main guest was Jeff Norris, you fucking zero. Okay?
But this is the original Woodstock.
Dickie Betts. Dickie Betts.
And it was-
Yeah,
and it
he
was the
couldn't get
day
him on
after
stage because he was beating his wife.
Well, that was the beauty of that show. We got Dickie Betts the day after he beat up his wife in a hotel room. You beat that.
He got. That's a good fucking.
Way to go, buddy. You were on.
That's a good poster of me at Woodstock.
It's awful. And no
There's-
one's brave
And
enough
then
to tell you.
there's pictures of like celebrities, and all you can see is like part of an arm around him. and then he points to that with the red marker. That's his arm. They're really, you got to admit, they're pretty bad.
You know
some
what?
of
Do
them.
a Cribs at my house. Do it like you used to do, and you'll see some cool furniture. My house it's nice.
Look, it's your thing. You like the antiques.
Do you guys even do cribs on this show?
Yeah, we've done that
Okay.
before. We do video and then put it up on the website.
Well, if you want,
You
we'll
should do it over
We'll
there.
do cribs with you.
Yeah, you can do cribs at my place. I don't care. I'm getting new windows in right now.
Hey, you got to see his balcony. Of course, you can only do it one at a time. I can't believe that you can't just add to that. I mean, it's terrible.
It's a townhouse. You can't start adding additions on a town. You live in a fucking trailer with 40 acres.
I know that, but you
Okay.
could do it slowly, is what I said. They're not going to notice
They wouldn't
slowly
notice if you had,
expanding
like
the
a
deck.
square foot on it.
Yeah, exactly. Just move it on out, cut the hedge out of there. Because you got to admit, it's really small.
Yeah, it is. But I have two of them. I have one
It's
on
like
my
a
bedroom.
windowsill. That's how small it is, really.
That's his balcony?
It's pretty small.
You know, it's a nice place. I'm
It's a
happy.
nice place.
I'm 2 miles from my kids. I'm in the country. I'm out by farms. You know, there's not a lot of, gold teeth out there. It's nice.
I don't know what everyone's goal is to just eke a living out so you can move away from the gold teeth.
That's what people say. They go, "Do you live in a good neighborhood?" And what they're saying is, "How many blacks live by you?" It's a code word.
Jesus.
What? It's just truth. It's just the political correctness. You live in a good neighborhood.
Bright Eyes is going to write a song about you if you keep this
Yeah,
up.
Who is?
man.
Bright Eyes. You missed it. It's an
Oh.
earlier bit, so. Someone out there is laughing, trust me.
Well, there's a lull right now. Let's get back to Don and Mike.
Boss talks to God. Does God have to wipe his face off every 2 seconds?
I know when I'm on stage now, people are coming with like drop cloths, like I'm a Gallagher. See, I can go after myself. That's the kind of guy I am. I don't mind.
Very funny.
You're not allowed to read the message boards after your appearance. Okay?
I'm just going nuts, and I wish he was dead. Oh, I can't feed into these people.
Are they
there's
that
a lot.
bad to you? Are they
No,
that bad?
there's a couple. There's fans. It's like anything. There's some 16-year-old kids sitting around,
Right.
But there's fans, and there's not. It's message boards.
I don't
Listen,
go to the message boards. I couldn't take that.
No.
I just.
And I don't even spit on people.
By the way, we should
mention.
mention you guys are going to be at Caroline's all weekend long.
Yeah, Bonnie, Dave, and myself.
Yep.
And Russman Eve.
All
And
you guys.
Russman Eve. Yeah.
Yeah, but
Russ is very
Bonnie,
funny.
Dave,
Russ
and
is
myself
funny.
were.
That's a really, really good show, man.
It's going to be a lot
So
of
you
fun.
get to see Russ, and Russ is funny.
Tonight, tomorrow, and what?
Tonight, tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday.
Yeah.
Oh, tonight's Thursday. Okay.
Wow, look at
Tonight's
that.
Thursday, and
Dave, what have you been doing after the show?
I've just been touring. That's all I've
Yeah?
been doing. And I've been home for a month, so it's been nice. I haven't done anything. Just sat at home.
in your
Did
trailer
nothing.
with 40...
Yep.
Where is
40
that?
acres?
Like,
Like central Minnesota.
Really?
Yep.
That's where you live?
Yep.
Minnesota.
Just weapons and sitting on 40 acres,
Wow.
waiting for the.
That's some cold shit in the
It
winter,
is.
though.
It's bad.
Yeesh.
It's bad.
I
I have
cannot
like
deal with
seasonal
that.
disorder, so I haven't gotten out of bed for 3 weeks because the weather's been so horrible.
Like that depression?
Yeah, I just lay there, I can't do it. I can't.
I went to his house. He has rifle. We went shooting, and he's got like a fucking arsenal. He's like a militia guy. I swear to God.
Yeah.
And we're shooting.
Only I don't have a cause or nothing, so I can shoot at anybody.
Were you able to pull the trigger with those fingers? Or did you have to grab it with both hands?
I had to take the trigger guard off it so you get those stubby things in there.
And then he let me go up in the that lookout tower.
Yeah, the lookout tower.
Where the Asians shot the black guys.
Oh, the deer stand?
deer stand.
You're close to that deer stand where that accident happened, or is that?
I'm about 100 miles from there.
Oh, okay.
That's close up in
Accident?
Yep. Yeah, that was no accident. He just shot him. Yep.
That was
Yeah.
crazy. Those
Yeah.
Asians went nuts.
Yep.
Kicked him out of
Crazy.
the
Yeah, it's from all the
Oh, that's
times
right,
in their
that's right.
stores where they get mouth off. They got even. Nothing.
We're all thinking, how racist can we get with this one?
I know, right?
Ben here yet?
No Ben. All right, we got Big Kev's Star Wars audio.
Ooh.
I don't know if we're gonna get to our stuff. We'll try to.
What
get
is
to
that?
our
What is
stuff. Huh?
Nothing.
Big Kev.
Big Kev hosted a Star Wars event last night.
Sweet.
12:01 a.m. They played the movie for over 3,000 fans, is it?
3,300.
Yeah, in
3,300.
16 theaters. And
This is the new one?
Yeah. Yeah. And, yeah, so it was just loaded with geeks with lightsabers and stormtrooper uniforms. And we got some audio from, I guess, some of the revelers.
Yeah, Kevin went around and interviewed people here.
Here we have a couple of young Jedis, and what's your guy?
Oh, God. A couple of young Jedis. Here's a couple of young Jedis. Ugh. That they come dressed as the characters is just the worst.
That's true, and that he sounds like Ed Sullivan is even more
Yeah.
irritating.
Come here, son. Young Jedis.
Here we have a couple of young Jedis, and what's your guy's name?
Walter Reyes.
Chris
Reyes.
Oh, you're another Reyes. You're brothers. I see. And you?
Spencer Ross.
Spencer. And you guys are wearing some sort of prefabricated Jedi robes and carrying sabers. Very nice. And let me ask you a question. How old are you guys?
19.
14. 19. And have you been told that you will not get any girls wearing these costumes?
Yes, plenty of times. That's not true. I just made out with the girl 2 minutes ago. Her name was Princess Leia.
Made out.
Yeah? I saw her, and I think it was Prince Leo that you made out with.
Oh! Maybe to you, because she knocked you out.
Yeah. Thanks for that.
Uh-oh.
Can you put some Don and Mike on?
Wow.
When he said he was 14, did you try to get him in the car? Did you play your ice cream truck music that you have in your car?
All right, well, that's
I
the
think
first
he was
clip. He's just
pulling
warming
some
up.
Jedi mind tricks on you. You will be uninteresting. These questions will stink. He's out there in the field.
Yeah, here's Big Kev talking to a 9-year-old, Anthony.
Oh,
a
this should
9-year-old.
be
This is cute.
This should be good.
Kids say the darndest thing.
All you're going to hear is,
What's your name, mister?
Corey Perone,
How old are you, Corey Perone?
9.
And how long have you been waiting in line?
1900 million years.
1900 million years. Corey, let me ask you this question. How old are you?
9.
9 years old. You're seeing a movie that starts at midnight.
Yes.
Do you have school tomorrow?
Yes.
Do you know what DYFUS is?
Yes.
Yes, you will. It's in your future, my friend. You have fun, all right, buddy?
I know DYFUS. I am Yoda.
Very good.
I like to write the questions down and then proofread them. I like to find out if they'd be interesting or what the responses I might get from them.
Right, run through them
Yeah.
and kind of think what might come back
what
at
might
you.
come back.
Yeah.
well, I don't like to be critical. Track 3 is all ready. I look forward to the magic continuing.
Thank you. Hey, where'd you guys get that coffee? That's not the type of coffee we drink around here.
Boy, that's not good, is it?
Hey, hey, kid, this wasn't $20.
Oh, wow.
He wants his change, Ricky.
Wow.
Give Mr. Voss
Keep
his change.
5 for yourself.
Really?
Yeah, buy yourself something.
Something nice.
$5 for the radio show.
He's got menus and wow stickers, but he doesn't have your change.
No,
Where's
Rick,
you
where's
can't
his
find
change?
the
Oh,
There, he's
boy.
got it. Rick's not a thief.
There you
There you go. Quit shaking. God.
Let me
You
see your
nervous?
nails today.
I swear to God, I feel like I'm getting...
Let me see your thumbnail.
Don't drop that dollar, please pick it up.
What are you, in the
Nails are usually very
Muhammad
long.
Ali story?
He's a nervous kid. He's a
Yeah.
good.
He's a wreck.
Go buy yourself something.
Oh.
Did you just tip him?
Yeah.
An intern? You don't tip the intern.
Give
You're
me a
insulting.
$10.
No, he's going to get it back from him as
Good,
soon as this
good.
thing is off.
It's not like he sold you a Mercedes.
I know what you're like. What'd you get, a little sandwich?
Yeah.
You're the fattest thing I've ever met. You're a nibbler.
All right,
Rich.
God,
Come on, we're
I would
doing-
love to tell that story about your money, but I won't, because I promise you I wouldn't tell that story. You ever hear the Meals on Wheels story?
No.
Oh, what a jerk!
What's the money story?
Yeah, you
I
can't
can't. I promise I wouldn't tell.
Rich.
Unless on the mule. I can't. Tell
Rich,
you.
let
I'll
him,
tell you the Meals
let
on
him
Wheels
tell.
Let him tell the money story.
I'll tell the Meals on Wheels story. I can't tell the other story. 'Cause I made a promise, and I'm a stand-up guy.
Can we hear about it some other
Sure.
day?
Oh, yeah, of
So
course.
these
Yeah,
listeners
yeah,
will leave
yeah,
us
yeah.
alone because they'll
Yeah,
harass us
yeah.
for the next year until the story comes out.
but
now.
that's one of my favorite stories.
All right.
I just can't
Isn't
tell
it?
it.
Is it bad?
Didn't we tell it on the air?
What?
Is that the story about his mom?
On the Meals on Wheels?
Yeah.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
probably heard that one.
I
yeah,
think
that was hilarious.
we have told
Maybe
that
you have
one.
told that one.
And all the money he makes.
Hold on, you got to retell it.
Well,
'cause
basically, his mom wasn't doing so well, so his sister called and thought, we should get him some help, and Meals on Wheels is like $80. And this idiot stops and actually goes, could I get that?
Yeah.
It's $80 a week for all that food?
80 a week. He wants to get
Who
Meals
thinks
on
about
Wheels.
that? I mean, his mother is ailing, and he's worried about, you're not home anyway.
I'm just saying it's a good deal.
So's Goodwill.
Yeah, you ought to go to one of those boxes and just like pull clothes
You
out.
just take stuff out of there. They got Ben Sherman.
Yeah, they got nice suits.
I put a lot of stuff in those Goodwills.
I know you do.
Yeah. See homeless guys walking around with Voss Sucks t-shirts.
Yeah, and they're looking at it going, this font is horrible.
I don't appreciate the font.
I may be drunk.
Actually, to be fair, a lot of people want the Voss shirt, so.
Do they?
Yeah.
RichVoss.com.
Yeah, like you can't make your own.
RichVoss.com.
That's the sad part. With an old shirt and a printer.
Thing.
Yeah,
Exactly.
You're supposed to come up with a design
Yeah.
that they can't.
Something you can copyright, not just letters.
Right. All they need is some iron-ons and they're ready to go.
That's all right. It's a whole nother meeting when I send it out.
I'm sure it is. Let's go back to Big Kev's Star Wars interviews, Anthony.
Like Big Kevin's going to put his head down like, oh.
I don't think it's going to get better, do you?
No.
Who should bet on that? Is it going to get better?
Well,
Yeah.
he talks to 4 chicks here, so this should
Okay.
be
Ooh.
some hot conversation.
Amongst this sausage factory, there are 4 lovely young ladies. And what's your name?
Alicia. Swamini. Colleen. Alice.
And Alice, which is not her real name at all. And how long have you girls been waiting online?
Actually, only about a half an hour. Yeah, half an hour.
And you're all really excited about the big Star Wars movie, are you?
Yeah, very excited.
And why are you excited?
Well, because I love all the movies, and I really wanted to say it.
Are you aware that you're like one of the hottest girls on the line?
Thank you.
Wow, you're trying
I just
there,
want you
Kev.
to know. And how does it feel to be, pretty much out amongst the geeks, as it were?
Oh, it's great. I love it. The geeks.
You're not the geeks.
No, really.
You're not the geeks. You have to trust me on this. You're not the geeks.
He's trying to pick up this guy. The only thing that would make this interesting is a Bill Curtis narration of how they were found in a shallow grave in their house.
And it shocked the city.
They were just going to the movie.
9-year-old. I can't remember the kid's name, otherwise it would have been funny.
They continued to watch the movie and then went with Big Kev over to his house.
They were found wrapped in a Voss Sucks t-shirt.
And then he carbon froze them.
Foul play? Not in New York. I wish I could do a Bill Curtis. He's such a great.
It's pretty good.
Is great.
I
I was
Bill
watching a show last night, and as I'm listening, I turn to my girlfriend and go, when you hear his voice, you know it's not going to be a good story. This is just not going to be about, and they lived happily ever after. It's just going to be pedophiles and death and murder.
Can you imagine being one of his kids? Son, you're going to need to come in here. Oh, no. Mom's dead.
I walked in and found Mom's bloody corpse sprawled on the floor. Her headless torso was...
Appeared to have been sexually assaulted, but I wasn't sure. You're right. There's nothing good coming after Bill Curtis' voice.
Nothing. You hear that voice, you just know you're going to see some kind of horror on the screen. Love those shows, though.
Let's see if the interview gets better here.
Right?
Can I say that?
Their side, so I guess.
Yeah.
I just want to say this one is actually captivating.
Really?
Yeah,
You're captivated.
It's good.
We'll see if I'll make it.
How many guys have hit on you ladies so far this evening?
Counting you?
None. 5.
5?
You lost count. Maybe 15.
How many of them had lightsabers? And I mean the plastic toy kind.
Oh, out of 15. Out of 15.
Nice. All right, you guys have fun. In what can only be Kismet. Anthony with the graduation Jedi robe. And what was your name again?
Alicia.
They actually know each other and are hugging and kissing on the line.
This is a spoof on interviews, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people are here.
That's really disturbing.
Like Kev's red carpet interviews.
What can I say? I really do.
Unbelievable. I'd like to thank Eric for giving me a DAT recorder with dying batteries.
This is a
too bad. Too bad.
Not
soon enough.
They weren't dying. They weren't dying. They were killing themselves.
Let's arc out. Who's with me?
Oh well. You know, that's the
Were you
thing
really
about an
captivated,
interview.
or were you just trying to be nice?
Blame it
You're
on
right in there. Huh?
Blame it on the battery. Sure.
What's that, Kev?
Blame that interview on the batteries dying.
Hey, the batteries make me sound uninteresting.
No, he's saying Captain.
There's a guy that tells me to fuck off.
Yeah.
Oh,
all
right. So he's good.
I heard they're playing that tape on NAMBLA's website. That's a good line, all the young.
Yeah, I thought it was good.
That's a good line. That
There's
was a good
8
line.
people that know what that is. I'm one of them, but I thought it was funny.
Wow.
Something.
Let's go to Floyd in Georgia.
Right.
Floyd, what's up?
What's going on, O&A? Hello,
Hey.
Jimmy.
Hi.
Hey, Rich, I just got one thing, man. I want to hear you say fucking filibusters on Thursday. Bunching up.
Filibusters on Thursday, fucking up. See, that's not where I screw up, dummy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't have any S's in there.
All right, here we go. Big Kev outside Star Wars talking to black folk.
Oh, okay. That's another angle.
I have found a couple here. And what's your name, sir?
Tony.
Koyan.
Tony and Koyan. Let me ask you this, Tony and Koyan. I'm looking around. I'm looking around at some 3,000 or so people, and you two really sort of stand out. Why is that?
We represent Orlando Calrissian and Mace Windu.
So you're saying that you're black people?
Absolutely.
Are you aware that right now, by my count, including the two of you, there are 5 black people here?
No, I wasn't aware of
We
that.
thought we were the only ones. Actually, we thought we were the only ones.
What prompts you to come to a theater that is predominantly this evening?
This would be better if you just slowed it down a little.
Exactly.
You know what? It's
I
really
like doing dead stuff.
It's uncomfortable.
What prompts you to come to a theater full of white folk in the year 1962? There's black people at the theater.
If you'd done those interviews, would you have turned in the tape?
No.
The
batteries died before I even got there.
I didn't even make it to the theater.
It never would have made it back into the car.
No.
Tape would have been stepped on.
I would have said no one showed up for the premiere.
Yeah. No one showed. Just
no
me.
one showed. I don't know what happened.
I think you guys
I think I had the wrong movie time.
You're riding Kev too hard. I sense a big laugh coming in this one.
All right,
I think it's the
all right.
I absolutely do.
the big finish.
I do.
That is predominantly this evening, anyway, serving, let's say, shall we say, white people.
We live close. We live pretty close to here, so.
Well, it's Star Wars. We're all family, so it doesn't matter.
That's very galactic of you, sir. Very galactic. Do you have any final words for the other African Americans standing in the line?
Represent, and may the force be with you.
Hey, where are the white women at?
Have a good time.
No, you have a good time.
No, you have a good time.
I hear there was a problem later on, and we have a clip of Kev.
Oh, that uppity nigger went and hit me on the head with a shovel.
It sound like Slim Pickens.
No, you have a good time.
That could be a catchphrase, Kev.
I was just thinking he's going to try and make that his catchphrase.
You
You're going to see it on T-shirts just like Bosses in a couple of years.
Yeah.
No,
It's always good when you say,
no, you have a good time.
It's always good when you say, let's say, and then you follow it up immediately with, shall we say.
Let's say, shall we say, say.
Let's say, shall we say.
Oh, I am so safe on the boards tonight.
Wow.
Yeah, it's almost like they brought in a ringer.
I know.
Be kind to Boston.
Did the kids online?
Let's do a really uninteresting interview so that Boss doesn't get his ass handed to him later.
Oh, Big Kev, they're smashing you.
He's huge, by the way. He's huge, and he can get to you a lot faster than me.
Did you notice anything on this line? Yeah, you have a microphone.
No, you have a good time.
Hey, listen, I'm just going with the flow here.
Well, we enjoyed it. I don't know why you had to pick on it.
Here's a guy that tells Kevin to fuck off.
Uh-oh.
Right?
What's your name?
Edit this audio.
My name's Dennis.
Dennis, how are you tonight?
Pretty well.
Dennis, I stopped to talk to you because I noticed a couple of things. One, you're reading a book. What is that book?
The book is a visual dictionary of Revenge of the Sith.
The Visual Dictionary of Revenge of the Sith. Uh-huh. And what is a visual dictionary to Revenge of the Sith?
I really couldn't...
In your own words.
I couldn't precisely tell you. It was on sale in the lobby of Barnes & Noble, and I had a lot of time to kill. It seems to be a collection of close-up photographs of visual elements in the movie, different characters and stuff.
Are you aware that this book is designed for 5 to 7-year-olds?
I actually kind of got that from the design, but basically it seemed like it would be the least immersive book to standing on a line with people.
And so, based on the fact that you knew it was a kid's book, you bought it anyway, I'm presuming because of the pretty pictures.
What's this for?
XM Satellite Radio, sir.
Oh, okay, that explains the smart-ass attitude and the stupid look on your face. Why don't you go fuck off?
Okay, thank you very much, sir.
Wow.
Whoa.
You
took that.
Confrontation.
You took that.
Wow.
Why didn't you pull out your lightsaber and have a little sword fight with him?
Yeah, not the lightsaber in your hand either. Waka waka.
Waka waka.
Wow.
That's it.
Hey, will you guys let me do an interview at like an insurance seminar? I could make it wacky.
Yeah, give me some fully charged batteries.
Well, I don't want the fully charged ones in case it goes wrong.
I want to hear that.
Ooh. Wow, that
This is pretty interesting, though.
That was, yeah.
That guy told you.
Kev, you went out there and you were out there.
You sure did.
Was it followed up with, come along, mother?
Let's go to Chuck in Ohio. Chuck?
Hey, how you doing, Opie and Anthony?
Hey.
Hi, Jimmy.
Hi, Chuck.
Hi. I don't know what we done to make you guys mad at us as listeners, but we're sorry. We really are. We don't deserve this punishment anymore.
Wait, now, did you not like the interviews?
No, I love them, actually.
All right.
Have a good day.
All right. Let's go to Dugout Doug. Dugout Doug.
Hey, guys. How's it going?
Hey, man.
Hey, Kev, I wanted to congratulate you on graduating from the Bruce Kelly School of Interviewing.
Oh, he kind of did sound a little like XM's own Bruce Kelly from the 80s station.
I'm actually surprised we got that whole thing without you actually referring to Episode 3 being the interlocular.
Very good.
All right, Dugout, thank you. We have another clip here, Anthony.
Wow, there's another one?
Yeah, that's Kev. All right.
Only a couple more. He talks to an ugly chick, Kev?
It was a chick dressed as Princess Leia.
Princess Leia.
Dressed
Ooh.
as Princess Leia.
After this, I got some other interesting audio. There's like some outtakes from a wiretap between two dentists.
All right, what's your name?
Devin.
And where are you from?
Kearney.
And Devin is wearing a lovely Princess Leia getup.
Mm-hmm.
Did you make this yourself?
No, I didn't. I bought it like 8 years ago. Halloween costume. Came with the wig.
Nice. And she has the bread roll hairdo happening, and she's quite the looker here on the line, and she's getting a lot of looks from the young gentlemen who are walking up and down the line, searching out the young ladies, all 6 of them.
Lady in a costume. I'm the only lady in a costume.
You may be right. I haven't seen a lot of ladies at all, let alone in costume. How long have you been waiting?
Since about... Hold on. Since about 5 o'clock? No, 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock.
That's not bad. 6 hours for a movie waiting online. That's good.
Not bad at all.
Have a lot of the geeks been coming up to you trying to get the phone number, the digits, or whatever the Star Wars equivalent is?
Not really. I think they're pretty intimidated, actually. I've been taken. My picture's been taken though by a lot of people.
Of course it has.
Actually, some hecklers up in the front told me to get out of here because I wasn't in this one, and I said, if you know anything, you know I am. So, as Leia, of course,
Certainly.
Jeez. 4 dead D batteries were found in her anus later that evening.
We're not even looking into this case. This is Who Cares cold cases. Who cares? Who cares?
The police just threw their arms up and went,
Exactly.
went home.
Did the fun ever start over there?
The files sat in their office for over 20 years, where they will probably sit for 20 more.
There were actually other cases written on the back of these cases because they needed the paperwork. Don't whisper. Oh,
Why are you
he's
whispering, Rich?
Why are you whispering?
Impression.
Of what?
You can't do the impression? What impression?
Well, you
Whatever
couldn't have
they're
given-
doing right now, I can't do the
Why
impression.
couldn't you have given him the signal?
Anyone does
Oh.
a bad Bill Curtis.
Yeah, do Bill Curtis.
Yeah, do
I
Bill
don't
Curtis.
know who Bill
Accurate
Curtis
Bill
is.
Curtis.
Just give it a shot.
Go for
Just
it.
go- do it again
We're not
and I'll
going to
do
make
it.
funny. Oh, yeah, because mine was so dead on.
It's just putting on some kind of an air.
Yeah, it is.
I'm Bill Curtis.
Come on. Just say I'm Bill Curtis.
No.
Look at him.
Come
Look
on.
at him. What's Bonnie saying to you?
Don't do it.
Oh, you'll do your act on here, but not this?
I didn't do any of my act.
I
didn't do any of my... Wait,
Come on,
was
there
that
you
it?
go.
I
See,
didn't do
it's
any of my
pretty
act.
good. Just say, I'm Bill Curtis.
I'm Bill Curtis. And,
That's not bad.
Here we are.
All right, not bad.
People died at the interview.
You should have left it at just Bill Curtis. You really should have. You were doing so well.
I'm Bill
So
Curtis.
well.
That's good.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, wait, should I turn around first and fix my hair and then do the impression?
This will be his opener for Caroline's all week. We've given him a little bit of encouragement.
Do some
I should,
impressions
you know
now.
what? I should do other impressions. No.
That was good.
I'm Bill
That was
Curtis, and I got too much. I went over the top.
Bill Curtis, Columbo.
Curtis.
I suck.
I heard a little
Cadaver,
Carson
you
in there.
come back to me.
Guys, we have one more clip.
Ooh.
The last clip.
Can we break it up into 2 so it sounds like 2 more clips?
Big Kev talking to gay guys online, right? Ooh. How's this one?
I don't know which one this is.
Of course not.
She just brings it all together.
This is just his own personal recording, that's why.
What's your name?
My name's Anthony.
Anthony, where are you from?
I'm from Rutherford.
Rutherford. Anthony, I can tell by your attire that you obviously have just graduated some higher education today. Oh, wait, no, is that a Jedi robe?
That is correct.
Uh-huh. And how old are you?
I'm 16.
Uh-huh. And did anyone tell you that you will not get laid wearing this robe?
No, not in the last couple of minutes, no.
Not in the last couple of minutes? You're not going to get laid wearing this robe.
Well, that's too bad, I guess.
And is this your boyfriend? What's his name?
No, this is my friend, Jeffrey.
Jeffrey?
Jeffrey.
And where are you from, Rutherford as well?
Yes.
And why are you guys waiting in line?
Because we're diehard Star Wars fans.
Nice. I understand that part of it. The waiting together and the gown, I don't understand. But the rest of it, I'm with you on.
What's that? That's extra.
And where's your...
idea. It was his idea. The whole gown thing and waiting together is his idea. You know, it was kind of far-fetched, but, you only live once.
Yeah, that really sucked, dude. All right, cool. We'll have fun waiting in line.
Okay, terrific.
How do you know when there's the out cue? Like, how do you know where to end these? It just seems like there's no...
You imagine the barrel of a gun next to your head, I think, and then you go, that's it.
So I'm like, as you're editing this, whoever edited this, as you're editing, do you Do you wait for a certain spot to cut it and say you're done?
It sounds like when you're it's like I guess whenever they wake up, they just hit the button.
How do you turn a Star Wars premiere into like a porno interview? How old are you? 14. You gonna get laid in that outfit?
I usually wear pants.
Just didn't quite work out out in the field there.
He was trying, though.
No, I think he tried really hard, and I'm looking forward to his next work.
Absolutely. I've had more laughs watching Meet the Press.
That's Bill Curtis. Not Bill Curtis. No, I screwed up. What's his name?
Tim
Russert.
Yeah, Tim.
I'm Tim Russert.
He's a good-looking guy.
I'm Tim Russert.
That sounds just like him.
That's pretty good.
Do Tim Russert.
I'm Tim Russert. We're here outside of Star Wars, and a man is being handcuffed and thrown into a police car right now.
Well, who's Tim Russert?
I don't know.
All right. Different guy.
Hey, Bonnie, you have anything to say over there?
No.
Are you enjoying your fiancée?
Bonnie has 2 black eyes, hence the glasses.
Yeah, what's with the glasses?
Yeah,
You beating her up already?
She's reading for a role for Greta Garbo. You know, it doesn't matter because... No, it doesn't matter because you guys are fucking setting me up because they're good lines.
No, you did a Greta Garbo reference.
Oh, my...
We're not 75. Who gets that?
That's the other one. You should never have said that. We're talking... This is a year ago. We're in a rental car. We're talking about hot chicks. Who's... No, I know who it is. I'm talking about some honest modern-day ones like...
I know, Angelina Jolie.
Exactly. That's
Jessica
Simpson. He brings up Gina Lola Brigida.
Gina Lola
From like
Brigida.
1943.
She was hot back in her day.
Of course she was, but we weren't anywhere
Gina
near that
Lola
era.
Brigida.
And he made the noise like that.
Hubba hubba.
It was crazy. It was. You really seriously did. You have some problems.
I like old stuff. I just bought 3 pairs of PF Flyers online.
3 pairs of tennis shoes.
And I'd rather fuck them than Gina Lola Brigida.
What was she in?
Huh?
What was she in?
She was online at the Star Wars interview. She was in a million things.
She was in a couple of movies. Honestly, back in 1940.
You never heard of her?
She's very famous, but no one has thought of her in 30 years.
Heard of her, yeah.
No. She's been dead for 30 years.
Like, I think they made a reference on the Flintstones about how hot she was.
Exactly. They called her Gina Rolla Rocketa or something like that.
That's exactly what they're getting with the whole Flintstone
and now
thing.
somebody over here can jack off to Hanna-Barbera. You know,
someone mentions lipstick lesbians, he goes, Eleanor Roosevelt.
She was a handsome woman.
That's great. All right, well, the guys are hanging with us today. Rich Voss and
Are you
Dave
going to play
Mordal.
your first thing or no?
Yeah, we'll play a little of that when we get back. How's that sound?
It's so embarrassing.
These guys are going to be at Caroline's all weekend long with Bonnie and Russ
Maneve.
Maneve. He's very funny, too. It's going to be a great show. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday at Caroline's.
212-757-4100 for tickets.
The very worst of the Opie and Anthony FU line.
Yeah, I'd like to say fuck you to all you non-union fucking truck drivers out there. If you're not a Teamster, you ain't fucking shit. So why don't you guys all fuck off and get a real life and a real job?
I just want to put a big fuck you out there to Howard Stern. You big nose hat-thin asshole. Fuck you, Howard Stern.
Yeah, I'd like to send out a big F you to this dumbass that's riding around with his left blinker on for 10 miles, then takes a fucking right in a one-way street. Fuck you.
I'd like to send a fuck you out to all the people that tell me my job stinks. I'm a septic driver. I drive a septic truck. I suck up your poop. I know my job stinks. So here's a big fuck you.
Yeah, I gotta throw a big F you to the freaking douchebag that just called complaining because Opie and Anthony and Jimmy are ripping on Star Wars in front of his 10-year-old kid. Fuck you.
Call the Opie and Anthony FU line at 1-866-FU line 1. 1-866-FU line 1.
Well, fuck you very much.
All right, we got Rich Voss in studio. Dave Mordal. Bonnie. And some hot chick. Huh?
That's my friend. Oh, this is Satellite. It's in Minneapolis, huh?
Yeah.
It's a friend I met here in New York.
Not your best gal?
It's my personal assistant.
Oh, there you go.
Yep.
Very nice.
All right. She's younger than I am.
Yeah.
She's younger than my daughters.
I know. She's 23 and a half.
Really?
Yeah.
It's a good age.
A lot of women like a mature guy. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Mature gentleman. Older gentleman.
Yep.
Stately.
Yeah, exactly.
Just keep her away from her dad. If she works things out with her father, you'll never see her again. That was Rich Voss that just said that.
Well, somebody here.
Finally, a good one.
Uncle Bassie on Instant Feedback said Voss is so archaic in his references. At one of his Chicago shows, he actually made a Dobie Gillis reference.
Oh, I did?
And wondered why only 3 people got it.
What was that?
Dobie Gillis reference?
What was that? Drift Away.
No, that's not Dobie Gillis.
Oh, that's Dobie Gray.
Dobie Gray.
All right.
Dobie
Gillis.
Who's
Dobie
Maynard Ferguson from
the show that Gilligan was on before Gilligan's Island.
Maynard G. Krebs.
Yeah,
Maynard G. Krebs.
The statue sat out front like this.
Yeah, it was a stupid show.
You want to update your act next time you go to Chicago. Mention the old Mrs. O'Leary's cow thing. Probably got a big laugh.
I guess
anybody remember that?
There was a big fire and everything.
I guess
that St. Valentine's Day thing.
I guess if I would have said Dobie
People
Gillis
killed.
slipped in a disease, then it would have been hip.
Exactly.
It said Dobie Gillis. I like old references. If they get them, then they're fucking, I like them.
But you got to realize everybody in the audience is like 25. 30.
That doesn't matter.
Even if they're 40, they're still searching for it.
Nobody's talking about Dobie
You
Gillis.
got your Lenny Bruce? It was on for a season.
I got my Lenny Bruce. Why? You want? You can't play it in here. What are you going to play on?
That's why we're happy you got it.
I got my Lenny Bruce when I was on American Dreams playing Lenny Bruce. My Oscar nominating and my Emmy nominating performance.
How about that Dumont Network, people? I got an old kinescope I want you to watch.
I also got when I was.
This one's a little scratchy. You can hear Thomas Edison in the background.
His walk-on music is, hello, my baby.
Hello, my darling. Hello, my ragtime gal.
Mary had a little lamb. Its fleece was white as snow, and she's dodging me. You want to buy a cotton gin door?
You're dead.
Hey, up in the balcony. Why aren't you laughing, Lincoln?
Oh, what a loser you are today. Do they know about the Leaning Tower of Pisa?
No.
Oh, that was...
What?
When he tries to write new stuff, he never researches anything.
Oh, no.
Nothing. Absolutely nothing. So we were on tour, he did this joke. Remember when France didn't want to enter into the war?
Oh, no.
Yeah. Yes.
Stop
So
it.
honestly, he goes, I don't want France in the war because, everything they build... how did that go?
I don't know.
It was anything they build. It was reconstructing Iraq. That's what it was. That France couldn't be involved because they weren't in the war. He goes, I don't want to build anything. They're tower leans. So
God!
We let him do the bit for 3 shows before we told him. And I go, no, it's in Italy. And he goes, yeah, Italy, France. He thought Italy was a town in France, like the capital. Just so stupid.
Classic.
Here's the best. He goes, well, how come people were laughing?
I would be howling. Of course they're laughing.
Wait, Bonnie, get on the mic,
You
man.
can be on here.
Go ahead.
Sure. Just
Bonnie,
jump right
jump on
up.
mic real fast.
Your
Come on.
black eyes aren't going to hurt your voice.
Well, when we were in Edmonton, there was this, maybe 20 Native Americans sitting off to the side, and he looks over and he goes, Asian girls. I love Asian girls. And the audience is laughing because they all go, and start laughing because they know he's wrong.
Right.
And, it's like this weird energy in the room, and everyone's laughing, and he thinks he's killing, so he just starts doing Asian girl jokes, one after the other, and it's getting, ridiculous. And I'm running, I didn't know what to do. I was like, oh my God, this is horrible.
There's nothing
He's the
funnier
ignorant
than when he's
know-it-all.
messed up.
Oh,
He's the
yeah.
ignorant know-it-all. He is the ignorant know-it-all. That's a great term for him.
What did I say about the band that was on? Oh, Annie.
Oh, one time he goes, we were listening to the radio, and he goes, who is this? Do you know who this is? And I go, yeah, it's Annie Lennox. He goes, it's the Arithmetics.
You are classic.
You really are. I mean,
I just love it.
You couldn't write anything that stupid.
No, you can't put it on.
No. No.
Oh, is that great?
Wow. God, that was hilarious.
Italy.
Their buildings
Town in
lean.
France.
Yeah, their buildings lean.
Yeah.
Why are they laughing then? Because you're an idiot. You're an absolute moron.
Completely laughing at you.
Exactly. You got GED recipients in the front row going, no, that's not it. That's not France.
Well, one time on stage, what did you call it? The Tusami. Instead of Tsunami. Tusami? Yeah, like they were killed by a love letter.
Tusami.
Why that letter hurt everybody?
I got hit by a big wave and I'm in a palm tree. Love you.
Tusami. Go ahead. No, go ahead and defend yourself somehow.
No, here's the thing.
Yeah.
I got
you got
a
a bad encyclopedia?
I got a lot of...
Go ahead.
I got a lot of street knowledge. That's what I got, you know?
Where?
From growing up. I know a lot of shit about the street, you know.
And how much has that helped you lately?
What I'm saying.
You can still talk about it.
You didn't understand that lean cuisine. You called it lean cuisine.
He
called it lean cuisine.
Let me just say that he's got sensual intelligence.
Oh, hey, look at that. There you go.
What does that mean? You know, she thinks she's so uppity because she reads all the time and everything. You know, on the train she's reading.
That reading's overrated.
You know,
Yeah, it's the comprehension that you should pay attention to.
not a big deal.
It is a big deal.
I'm a good dad.
Dude, all that matters is that you're doing
And
a
you
show,
got street smarts.
and the crowd is applauding.
Yeah.
It really is.
They're applauding.
Did he say
Well,
it
they were
twice,
applauding.
too? They were applauding and applauding.
I couldn't believe I just heard that. I'm like, this has got to be a mistake.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? He goes, they were applauding. I'm like,
Applauding.
Cool.
Can you get applause? Yeah.
So he just pluralized, you know.
You know what makes this a great country? Somebody with your handicaps making it to your level. That's what's amazing to me.
The beauty is that he talks for a living. That's the most amazing thing. The only thing you have is your words, and you get them all wrong.
It really is. And you still made it.
Kind of a comment on the American school system.
Yeah.
You taxed on.
God, it's so horrible to still come up with that.
This is some new music as far as Rich is
Is this what the kids are listening to? But he can still find out where he can buy a lid of grass on the street, apparently.
Really? Yeah.
Mr. Street Smart.
Yeah, John in New York City. What's up, John?
What's up, boys? Boss, I got a question for you. Where you grew up in Jersey, right?
Yeah.
Okay, what kind of street knowledge did you get? Grew up in suburban New Jersey, you tool.
Listen to me, you fucking homo. I grew up in Plainfield.
Plainfield, Somerset.
Where are you from? Where are you from?
I grew up on the Bushwick-Ridgewood border in Queens. That's where I got street knowledge, get my ass kicked by Puerto Ricans all day.
Well, that's because you're a pussy. I grew up Plainfield. I grew up in an all-black neighborhood.
Boss
all
did grow
black.
up in a bad neighborhood, sir.
And plus, listen to me, dummy. I would cop crack on 168th Street, taking trains up to Harlem by myself. You're going to tell me about where you grew up on Queens? Please, put a cock in your mouth to get high and talk to me.
Up about 168th Street in Harlem.
What's that?
Well, excuse me. Let's backtrack. Do what to get high?
I'm just saying, I didn't do it, but you know what I'm saying. You go to almost any length, and you go up to these places with guns pointed at your head, and it doesn't faze you, and you're going to tell me, I grew up getting my ass kicked by Puerto Ricans? Please.
I got nothing. Goodbye.
All right, boss.
Groth from Oklahoma City is saying he's remembering back to a few episodes of Tough Crowd where Voss had such gems as people in Brazil speak Brazilian. And he's talked about the parlay floor at the old Boston Garden.
I forgot. I slipped up on that. I knew that one was parquet, but I was so excited. I had
parlay floor. Yeah. The Brilliant thing. I just saw that again. It was me and Rich were like political debating or something, and I said Portuguese, and then he said Brazilian, and Colin goes, "You know what really annoys me is that he just said Portuguese, and you repeated it and said Brazilian. He talks Brazilian."
The phones have exploded. Let's go to Rick in New Jersey. Rick, what's up?
What's going on?
Hey, man.
I saw Voss in Vegas last week, and a lady fell asleep during the show.
She did.
Came up to him after the show, and she says, I'm sorry about that. Voss says, oh, that's okay. It's happened before.
That's it.
Wow,
you know that show
was
was
worth
a killer.
a phone call.
Hey, Voss,
Was
how
that-
about when Jay Moore was in the studio, and they
Yeah.
had you on the phone, and they were trying to get you to rip Jay Moore?
Yeah, so what are you saying? How about it? I'm not going to rip Jay. He's a good guy. He's a friend of mine.
Don't you have something on Jay?
What are you, fucking the FBI? What are you, Hoover?
He wears pants. He's always wearing
Oh, yeah,
pants.
of course. These guys came up.
I didn't even
catch
that.
What are you, the FBI?
Yeah.
What are you, Hoover? What are you,
We're
a-
not after Dillinger here.
What are you, a G-man?
Listen here, you lousy screw.
I'm
not talking C.
Hand me that chopper. I didn't even catch that. God,
He's talking to Voss like he's one of the coppers.
Wow. Big jigs up.
Let's go to Chuck in Texas. Chuck.
Morning, guys.
Morning.
You're just a riot. Hey, I got a comment for Rich Voss.
Oh, here we go.
Rich, you're the modern-day Norm Crosby.
Thank you. Is that a compliment?
Oh, you bet it is. He made a living out of mispronouncing words.
Yeah, but he had to write them down and then mispronounce them. Rich does it on his own.
He was deaf, too, wasn't
Yeah,
he? Or
I think he was
isn't he?
deaf.
Isn't he
Yeah.
still on? Well, we saw him recently at the
Trump roast.
At the Trump roast.
Oh, it was awful.
He didn't go on. Did he go on?
Oh, yeah, he went on.
It was so bad.
He did everything with jokes. Like he would have a joke about two Jews walking into a bar, and he'd go, Donald's really good for the city. He owns a lot of bars. And speaking of bars, and he would segue into some awful old joke.
Everything.
Oh, speaking of Donald, I am taping The Apprentice tomorrow.
You are?
Where?
Yeah. I don't know, somewhere in
What do you
New
have to
York.
do for The Apprentice?
There, I guess for the fourth season, some kind of, whatever.
You're not supposed to be
contest.
giving stuff away about the episode.
Oh, you're right.
Good
I'm
point,
right.
Dave.
Thank you. I
Good
didn't give it
point.
away.
I just saved you a contract.
You're right.
Wow.
Oh,
You're
okay.
involved in some way with The
Yeah, that's what I
Apprentice.
heard. Oof.
That was close.
Yeah.
Hey, why don't you announce the winner of season 4 that hasn't even started yet?
I don't know.
All right.
Just a call. It's just another primetime network thing I'm doing. Well, the American Dreams, a couple seasons of Last
Hey, the
Comic.
wall at home can look forward to another mimeograph. This is right off the copier.
Dittos.
Dittos, exactly. The blue one.
Ditto
yeah.
ink.
The blue Ditto ink still smells good.
I'm the butt of a lot of jokes today.
Yeah, I know, and it wasn't supposed to be about you today.
Yeah, but I really like you, and that's the reason I do it.
All right, what about breathing now?
Well, if only we had another interview to listen to.
Yeah. Well,
Kev?
well, we do have a couple of...
Well, we have a bunch of things we could go to. We could either do Psycho Ex-Girlfriend phone calls. We could
I
do.
thought we were going to listen to your first show. You guys are really putting that off.
I know we have.
You guys
it is
really
so
are.
embarrassing. You know what it is? Opie is doing the rock jock thing because that's what he was doing. He was a rock jock.
Right.
It was the first show we ever did together. I was just a construction worker out on Long Island who did a few impressions and song parodies. So I come onto the show and I listened back to this recently. I'm too happy to be there.
Right.
I'm like I really had to pound down a few beers and stuff, so I'm pretty hammered. And to listen to it, I'm over laughing and just like
This is so
just too happy to be there, and it's so embarrassing.
Did we hear some of it? A couple minutes
Yeah,
of?
yeah.
I want to hear. I've never heard this.
This is so cringy.
Is Voss on there doing his Sprint joke?
No, this goes back like 11 years. Voss was sucking
what I
cock
mean.
for crack
No.
on 168th Street.
I just use that as a term. You know what I'm saying.
Yeah, whatever.
19 years ago.
Voss is like Yogi Berra. Should we go to this? Look at me stalling some more. Steve in Jersey. Steve,
You?
what's up? Go ahead.
Yeah, dude, boss, man. You kind of sound just like fucking Yogi Berra with his stupid things.
What's he saying? What did he say?
What do you mean by that, sir?
I didn't hear it.
You know, like Yogi Berra fucking, when there's a fork in the road, take it.
Yogi Berra was well known for that kind of stuff.
For what?
I like how Opie just wrecks everyone's spot, though, on the call. Because the whole joke is for him to call up and go, hey, Voss, you like Yogi Berra. Opie goes, let's go to Steve in Jersey, who says Voss is like Yogi Berra. All right, Steve? Yeah, Voss, you like Yogi Berra. All right. Opie just ruins the guy's, like,
Look at him. He thinks you're talking about the cartoon character. No, it's the guy, the baseball
But what's
guy.
he saying? How am I like Yogi Berra?
Yeah, that's what he's thinking.
Well, he's in the Hall of
That's
Fame.
what
Is that
he's
what he's
thinking.
saying?
I think he is, isn't he?
Yes.
Yeah, he's in the Hall of Fame. He's a Hall of Famer.
I kill on stage.
I'm smarter than the average mongoloid.
I kill.
Oh, she's just going for the coffee. I thought she was going to slam you again.
She's hot. She's funny,
Yeah,
man.
we all acknowledge that your
No,
wife-to-be is hot.
It's just funny hot.
And we got
you
to
know
see her
what I mean?
boobs today. That was a special treat for
Yeah,
everybody.
she did that for everybody.
You didn't see?
Oh, miss everything.
No, she's
Miss
a
it
team
all.
player.
One time I did a tough crowd, and we had to do a message to the troops, and
Oh, I
so
remember that.
for the female troops, I flashed my breastises.
Yeah.
And but before I did it, I had to check them in the mirror in the green room, and to make sure that I would arch my back properly or whatever. And Norton was on the show, and he didn't know that I was going to do it. He just walked by and saw me checking my boobs in the mirror. Like, I just do that before every show.
A little show prep.
Sad thing is Norton had his nuts up around his belly button at the time. Look what I can do. Show and tell in the green room.
See, they're not all killers.
No, they're not.
See what happens? You
I
get
shouldn't do
greedy. You get greedy, and you wear yourself thin,
Well,
and
I
that's where
shouldn't
I come in for the
I shouldn't have
knockout.
done the stuff you wrote. That's all.
Oh, I'm rubbing your glue.
I'm sorry. That's very juvenile.
So I'd like to hear a little bit of this first show.
Oh, boy. Everyone's just
No,
bitching
I-
on instant feedback.
Just a little bit.
Stop it.
It is really
I
uncomfortable.
can't watch my own first open mic tape, so
I bet
understand.
it's just too cringe.
Yeah, it's
Boss
really
showed his old tape. I showed my old
Here we
tape.
go. All right, here we go.
Yeah, but we
It's-
need an hour and a half with this stuff.
Oh, we'll
probably.
only hear a minute of this. That's all, couple minutes.
Here we go. It's
preview.
Ed and I doing our first radio show together. Yes. It's 11 years ago. Close to 11 years ago.
Please just keep that in mind. Rock jock.
Oh, I can't even look.
Oh, it's gonna get bad. I can't even look.
Long Island's best rock, WBAB Soul Asylum. Black Gold, Steve Miller, and the latest from REM. What's the frequency, Kenneth? As you do, the nighttime attitude. It's Opie aboard. Thanks for checking out the program
Aboard.
tonight. And we got another fine show planned for you guys tonight. We got my pals Joe and Anthony from Rotgut live in the studio.
How you doing, man?
Good, man. Just in case people don't know who you are yet.
Yeah, well, that
They are
happens all
the famous authors of Gun Electric Shock OJ, which you're going to do live on the show tonight.
That's right.
And you're going to do other ditties.
other wacky, kooky stuff over here.
I have to be putting on a voice every second I'm on the air. I have to be over the top.
Oh, this is the
it's
worst.
Just
this is so uncomfortable.
painful to
Why?
listen
What was
to.
wrong with that? It was kind of like,
Hey, Opie, how you doing? Oh, just shut up.
You're too happy to be there. You think, I'm going to be able to hang up my wrench after this night.
That's
you know?
pretty much
and
what I'm
Opie's sitting there
thinking.
going, you know what? No, what's going to make this work? A maintenance man. You know?
Yeah, but you guys made it, so it's not that bad. It's
Oh,
really
it's
not that bad.
awful.
Let's hear more.
yeah, I think that was pretty good.
I kind of like the music.
Shut up, Jimmy. Jimmy's just wincing in the corner listening to this.
Yeah, other wacky, kooky stuff over here.
We're a little bitter. We gave Eddie Vedder the idea to do that.
Yeah, there you go. That's what someone just said. You know, they heard Pearl Jam's version of Sitting on the Dock of the Bay, and they were expecting to hear the OJ version.
He sounded like he was heavily sedated.
All right, I need a ruling. I started a new bit yesterday. Celebrity Death Watch.
Right, yep.
All right, you might have heard this.
You know what?
Hey, what?
In 11 years, you went from boring host to boring host. Jesus Christ.
You're consistent, and that's very important in this
Yes, thank you. Very,
Horrific. Stern will never say that you guys copied from him again after this.
God
Can you rewind that just a little bit? Like,
Are you sweating?
I am
I'm
sweating.
sweating
so
over
bad.
here. I'm all hot.
Why? I'll
so
say.
bad.
It's horrible.
Good, you're really sincere
Shut
and
up.
genuine.
It's
I just want to
awful.
hear like 5 seconds back because you say something about the celebrity thing and you I think you respond like
Fuck you,
like,
Jimmy.
It's,
Shut up.
It's a great
You
idea.
suck.
Wait, I want to hear
me.
the response.
Oh.
It's very.
He sounded like he was heavily sedated.
All right, I need a ruling. I started a new bit yesterday. Celebrity Death Watch.
Right, yep.
All right, you might have been.
Right.
Oh, have another drink, you alcoholic. Oh, God.
So
Hey,
it's,
when did it change for you guys?
when I guess when we stopped really giving a fuck.
I guess when you started stopped asking for rulings,
Right,
right?
yeah, right, yeah.
Shut up, Jimmy. Oh, he's
well, back then we
pounding
still
me.
had to listen to bosses. So
Right,
you had to do all this stuff.
I wasn't even
I'm sure that
employed.
somebody put you up to this.
Well,
I wasn't even employed by the station. I was just a guy that was coming in off the street.
Kind of like Boss.
Just right. Just I had street smarts, and I was coming in just hoping to make something.
He would
of it.
fix appliances for airtime at the studio. He was the maintenance guy there.
Was not.
No, he wasn't.
I was
that's a
an
better
air
story. You went
conditioning
from
and
maintenance
heating
guy to
technician.
satellite radio.
Air
I
conditioning
installed
and heating,
air
whatever.
conditioning ductwork. But not at the station.
Then had a band.
And then I had a
spare
band
time.
that did song parody, so I came in, and what I was trying, like my dream and goal, was to get on the air full time and make a living of it. So anytime I was on the air, I was so happy to be there that I was so over the top, and it's just awful.
Right, yep.
Shut up!
That's not bad. That's not bad.
Right,
I like. Actually,
awful.
can I hear that question? I actually like that part. I think it's a nice chemistry.
No! Stop it! I can't take this.
All right, I need a ruling. I started a new bit yesterday. Celebrity Death Watch. Right. Yeah. All right. You might have heard this last night. Monday, Jessica Tandy, the old broad from Driving Miss Daisy, died. Hey, I'll take that contract. How old is she?
How old is she? How old is she, Jimmy?
All right, I can't.
No, it's really
I
good.
can't
It's really
even
good.
sit
That
through
was
it.
a good one. Shut up. She's dead. You'll take the contract. I get it.
I can see what they saw in these two right out of the chute.
Absolutely.
You know?
What the hell were they thinking?
No, I think it's really good.
No, this is so bad. I can't.
Hey, it's opening in the air conditioning, guy. How did that not come up?
I like
You got to
that.
go through those different, make little train jokes or carrier.
I'm 6 minutes away from walking off this show, man.
Let's
Maybe
see.
your compressor's broken. Bing.
Bruce Kelly is laughing at us.
I like the agreeing though. You guys make Don and Mike sound like fuck. I forgot the show name. It was supposed to be
Good
that would've
for you,
been
you
good.
fuck.
right. Yep.
Yeah, but what's it
Jesus.
say about the other guys that are out there when you were a maintenance guy and now you have your own show? I mean, that's amazing. That's really amazing.
Way to look at it,
I
Dave.
know,
Way
that's
to look at
amazing.
it.
And is so cloyingly happy to be there. He's like one of the Jews in Schindler's List. I am invited to the war effort.
Well, you guys don't need to hear anymore, right?
I'd love to
This
hear a
is
little
good.
more.
I want to hear some more of this.
This is good stuff, because back then this was over the edge, over the top.
Take that contract. How old is she? 85. Oh, please. Anyways, I don't know about you, but I've always been under the celebrities die in threes, basically. Always, right? So it's the Celebrity Death Watch. I guarantee 2 more prominent celebrities will die before October 1st. So we're just waiting and watching.
Celebrities die in 3, but radio hosts die in 2.
I like the stuttering that you brought into it. That was good.
Everybody knows celebrities die in 2.
Oh, my God.
No, I really
so
liked it.
bad.
I'm sure I really liked it.
I want to find a hole to bury
No, I
him.
really enjoy
Yeah.
this. You should sell this CD.
It's already on the internet.
Oh, it is?
I'd like
It's
to
all
hear.
over the place.
I'd like to hear a little more.
I would
was
like to hear
enjoying that.
more.
Opie
I would
Duker.
really like to hear more.
Yeah, you got to remember this was our first
Absolutely.
our first show
It's
together.
Good stuff.
No.
But he was
George Burns in the hospital the other day.
It was a close call. Very close call.
But he got out of it.
Yeah.
98 years old. He has, like, his brain is swelling.
He pulled out.
And he pulled out of it. I was like, darn.
I always wanted to see.
What are you, lady? What are you, the lady from Misery?
Did you shake your fist in the air? Did you? Wow. Happy cock.
This is very
You know,
difficult.
when this was taped, Gina Lola Bridget had only been dead for 22 years.
Darn!
This isn't fun when it's you.
Oh, this sucks ass.
Right? Yep.
I can't.
Darn!
Got it.
The doofus and gallon hour. Yep, right. Good point.
Shucks. Can I say shucks on the air?
Is shoot too strong a word?
Oh, we're in trouble now. We've PO'd the bosses.
The day after this is when Bob Grant got so angry.
I really want to hear more.
All right, well,
though.
that's
no,
all.
No, I want to hear more.
That's all I brought in
No,
today.
you got to
That's
have
some
an
good
hour of that
stuff.
stuff.
Oh, come on.
It's like,
really?
darn. I always wanted to see George Burns singing that extreme song. If you don't like
that sound like?
what you see here, get the funk out. But he never does that.
Very good.
Impression. I turned back around.
You kind of said bunk like the other word.
Yeah, that was
yeah.
very blue.
That was George Burns doing Carson there, right there.
I cannot even take this.
Why?
Because it's just too embarrassing.
It's embarrassing.
What are you
It's good
kidding?
stuff.
Did you guys use this as a demo tape? Holy shit! This is why you got fired in Boston.
Actually, we used a lot of this and 2 other shows we did to get our job in Boston. Yeah.
No, fuck. As
How
a
long
demo
were you guys
tape?
together on BAB before
I'll try to find
What
a
do we
demo.
take over for?
Really?
Terry Schiavo? I can't imagine anyone listening to this and going, "Yeah, this is the show we want."
Well, maybe that interview about the Star Trek convention was on just ahead of it.
But, yeah, what happened
Why
was
do I
my
gotta bring him
batteries
up?
were dying. That's what happened.
All right, well, let's. No, I really, actually, I mean, for 11 years ago, it's pretty good.
Yeah, no, I know.
Yeah, maybe now after he's bopped on the head.
But I need a ruling. I got an obituary. Patrick O'Neill, 66. People are going, Patrick who? Now, I said it has to be a prominent celebrity. This guy was in Stepford Wives, 1975. What do you think? It's on the fence. Is he prominent enough?
Let me see, Joe. What do you think?
I rule nay.
No.
All right, so it's still 1 with 2 celebrities to go. 2 weeks from now.
2 to go.
2 to go. All right. Well, we're going to debut real fast a song from Rod Cut about the Cuban refugees.
Right. There was Billy Joel made a tribute to the Baymen.
Right.
And we figured, why not go to the other southern half of the states and make a little tribute to the Cuban boat people.
I can't even stand
I like the
listening to
music
this.
bed playing underneath it.
Oh, there's got to be music bed playing in the background,
I don't
right?
know what that is.
That's the law.
How did
You cashed the paycheck.
How did the
Just cashed it. That's amazing.
How did the 4 fans keep up with all those rulings? How many rulings do you do a day? I need another ruling. I need a ruling.
Presiding over the show. He's
That's
not
just
hosting it.
I know. I need a ruling.
You should have had like a gavel that would come down, but too late now. That was 11 years ago.
I bring you news from the north. Opie needs a ruling.
Yes.
I bring you news.
The Opie and Rusty Burrell show.
Here's a ruling. Get off the air.
What are you, Judge Wapner?
Oh.
No, I want to hear more. I really enjoy it. I like hearing all this stuff.
We're going to go on break. I need a ruling. How many people think...
You know something? In all the years we've been doing radio, and I've been in the barrel quite a few times, this is the worst ever.
Yeah, you shouldn't have even brought this up. You should never have brought this up.
Bad.
Shut up, Jimmy.
Jimmy
is wincing and laughing at
I have often wondered what George Burns would sound like singing a song, and thank God I finally know. Because he's an old codger.
He's going to be able to sleep tonight, finally, Jimmy is.
85, sign me up.
There's about 10 people in the room. Let's take a ruling on how good this is.
I'd like to hear more of it. I really would.
Some people are speculating that in 11 years, even Pat from Munaki has a schedule of having a radio career.
Darn.
Rich Voss and Dave Mordell at Caroline's all weekend long.
With Russ and Bonnie, and that's tonight, tomorrow, Saturday, Sunday. Back to the tape.
Where
am I? Doesn't matter.
No, just play a little bit more of it.
This I'm telling you.
It is good.
I am in
God,
Washington. I am in Washington D.C. and Dallas in June.
This is going to be a cliffhanger. It's a cliffhanger.
Opie and Anthony, XM 202.
Don't have to worry about me, but I did order a dresser. Thank you.
You did?
Thank you. Yes, breaking news on the Opie and Anthony program.
A dresser?
Where
have you kept your clothes up until now?
On the floor.
Are you kidding me?
No,
Stop
man.
it. Dude, hold it. I can't even believe this.
Hold on, Sally.
Okay.
Your clothes
have been piled up on the
are
floor.
piled on the floor of your room.
Anthony,
How long have you been there?
3 years.
3 years you haven't had a dresser.
No.
What is wrong with you?
I just I live differently. I don't know what it is.
Differently? That's differently than anybody in this country.
I like being kind of I like having the feeling that I'm like a free spirit, and I don't know.
Free spirit?
I did
like you're squatting?
I finally got like a CD/DVD rack too, because all my CDs and DVDs were just kind of thrown around the living room,
on the floor.
Yeah, I have a.
Aren't you afraid? Now I know. Look, I know you got a nice apartment, very nice area. Ooh. Aren't you afraid that you're going to put your pants or underwear on and like maybe a roach or a rat, a mouse turd or something is going to be in there?
Not really.
No? You don't care?
Nah, not really.
That would freak me out.
I've been wearing the same jeans for 7 days. But I'm not smelly or anything. You know.
All right.
I have good hygiene.
Good hygiene.
I have good hygiene.
How did you now? Where did you buy this dresser? I'm fascinated.
Just around my neighborhood.
You didn't find it out on the sidewalk.
No. I've been buying nice stuff. It's just been a very slow process. I don't know.
Very slow process. In 3 years.
3 years to get a dresser goes beyond a slow process.
Yeah, that's beyond a slow process.
I understand. I'm getting it together slowly.
Wow.
Yeah.
I am stunned that you just kept your clothes on the floor.
I get them cleaned and all, and then I just pile them up nice. That's all.
And then when you need to get dressed, you just like look through the pile. You don't have.
No, I have it kind of organized. Shirts, jeans. Yeah.
In piles?
In piles on the floor.
Yeah.
Do you have a bed?
A really nice bed.
It's a nice bed?
Yeah.
But is it just a mattress on the floor?
No.
It actually has a headboard?
No. Are you insane?
You don't have a headboard type bedroom set?
I have the mattress and the box spring and the little.
You have a metal frame.
Yeah.
That the mattress and box spring sits on, and that's it.
That's it.
You have no headboard?
It's not important to me.
No night tables?
No.
Where you take your change and put it out and your watch and put it... This is stuff human beings do.
Yes.
No, but it doesn't bother me.
Where's your alarm clock? I know you say you don't need it and don't use it, but where is it?
No, I do need it because of the new hour. It's on the floor.
It's on the floor.
Yeah.
How high up is your bed? Because I know my bed is pretty high up.
It's really high because I got the extra mat, the extra whatever pad
Can you
and
see
stuff.
the clock from your bed?
No. Of course not.
You're living like a homeless guy, shacked up.
I know, it's cool in a way. It has that college feel to it.
College feel.
But really nice stuff.
Bag of marshmallows in the room just in case you really want that college feel.
But a really nice stuff, though. I got a really nice,
nice stuff? What
TV
stuff?
And sound system.
You need stuff to have nice stuff.
I have stuff. I got couches, a leather chair. I got some nice things.
I would think.
I bought a $500 piece of art, so I'm starting.
How?
Not art, though.
Art smart. How about a bed?
It's just, I have a bed.
But a
really nice bed.
Having a mattress on that stock metal frame that you get
With
from
the
mattress
box spring.
company. I understand with the box spring.
Oh, you want to just decorate it up nice.
No, it serves a purpose, a headboard. It has like drawers and stuff in it. And little sliding compartments.
I can't be bothered with that.
I don't have that either.
No?
I have a frame. I have like a metal frame around it, like a metal headboard in a way.
Oh, that's nice.
But
I've
there's
seen
nothing
those.
like that, yeah.
My headboard has like cabinets on the sides of it. So let's say I have some Joey Buttafuoco pants for walking around the house in, and some T-shirts in there. You get out of bed, it's right there. You open up the little drawer there. I could keep my DVDs that I like watching in the bedroom over there on the side. How do you live with just a mattress box spring on a metal frame?
I don't have a TV in my bedroom.
You have no TV in your bedroom?
No, because I want to...
Do you, Jimmy?
No, but it's simply because I'm such a bad sleeper that they
Yeah.
said only sleep in your bedroom and it'll make it a little
I
easier
got
for
you.
you.
Yeah, some people. I'm not going to bash you for that. Some people just don't like having TV.
No, I don't
in the bedroom.
I don't like having... Nah, it would be cool at times, but no. No.
I don't really have room anyway in my room.
I'm just... A dresser. You finally got a dresser.
Yeah, it comes Friday.
Comes
It's
Friday.
going to be a little weird, yeah.
Where'd you get it?
At a place around my hood.
Oh, just like a furniture store
yeah,
around
it's
your
It's a
neighborhood?
nice dresser. It's whatever.
Yeah, it's whatever.
Yeah.
All right. 3 years.
I know, it's weird.
Is it a wood dresser?
Yeah.
It's nice wood?
Dude, when I do buy stuff, I don't buy cheap stuff.
Yeah.
The problem is buying the stuff.
Yeah.
I spent like I don't know what I just said, but about $600 on a really nice photograph.
Yeah.
That takes up half my wall and stuff,
What?
So when I do finally buy stuff, I don't go cheap, no.
Can you stack clothes on it? When you're painting?
It's a picture/table.
Wow.
Well,
all right.
I
I
gotta
have to get a can of Pledge now for the wood. Oh, well, the maid does that.
No, she does
Housekeeper.
that. And then she tells me what I need, She'll
Well.
point at stuff like more.
Now it's more work for her.
More this, more that,
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, congrats on your dresser.
Thank you.
That's a big move. 3 years.
Thank you.
Hey, this is Rich Voss from Last Comic Standing, Season 1 and Season 3, and I was also a judge on Season 2. You are listening to Opie and Anthony.
So I got an apartment update, Anthony.
Ooh.
Yeah, another fun thing happened to me in my apartment this morning.
More wildlife, is it?
Well, thanks for getting right to the punchline. I really appreciate it. It's really
sorry.
It's really going to help my story.
I was just throwing some out there. It could have been a Java log.
Thank you, Anthony. Thanks.
Oh, well.
No suspension left in this story.
Well,
Remember my brother the other day when he was passed out on my couch after his colonoscopy?
Uh-huh.
You know, and the mouse was running around?
Right.
And I finally caught that mouse later that day after he left. I told the whole story on the air.
That's what I was referencing.
It'll probably be replayed over the weekend. That's what's cool about the weekend shows on 202. It plays all the shows from the week.
Right, so you can catch up in one day or 2 days.
Yeah, you really don't have to listen to the show during the week. I hate to tell people that, but you could catch up on a Saturday and Sunday. They just run them in order, right?
Yeah.
So you'll hear that story over the weekend. But he woke up from a daze and saying, "You think there's only one mouse in this apartment?"
Oh.
And that thought's been in my head the whole time. So every time I go into my really cold kitchen that is blocked off from the rest of the apartment by a door, kind of, I have to open that door. And I'm always just like...
No heat?
It's really cold in there. I mean, there's a heater and stuff, but that's why this door is up, just to kind of, you know, I don't really need the kitchen, being like kind of a bachelor dude, so, you know.
Right, no cooking going on.
Not really. I mean, a little bit here and there. So, but every morning or at night even, I'm opening that and just waiting for something to be on the counter again or something, like the last time.
Yeah.
And I swear, every time, just like, oh, God, please, you know. Sometimes making noise just in case there is. It can just scurry away.
And you don't have to see him.
Right. So this morning, I go downstairs, and I'm on the computer as my coffee's brewing. It's 4 a.m. I'm ready for a fine day of radio with my pal Anthony.
There you go.
Time to check the headlines, read a little email.
Start of a new day.
See if the Hot 97 crew got fired yet.
Right.
See if we're in the paper today. You know, all the fun stuff we do every morning, right? And then I'm like... the coffee's done. Go upstairs, all happy, you know, just in my long johns because I just, you know, rolled out of bed, no shirt, no socks, which it's kind of key to the story though. That's the only reason I'm saying it. So I'm like, coffee, you know, and yes, I did go in there and start the coffee maker, and then I just closed the door, so I'm thinking nothing of it. All right, apartment's pretty dark because my eyes are still adjusting. Do you do that in the morning, by the way? I have all my lights on dimmers, and I keep it really, really low when I first wake up, and slowly but surely, it's almost like the sun's coming up in my apartment. As that hour goes by, I'm like turning the lights up.
Turning the lights up more? No, I'm not that calculated.
No, it's not even being calculated. I mean, you know, when we first started doing morning radio, that bright light first thing in the morning in the apartment would kill me. It would go right through me. So
I try to keep it pretty dark, I think. Yeah.
So it's so it's still very early. So the apartment's very dark with just slight dimmers on, so I can get to the dark kitchen. So all happy, and I open the kitchen door. Right.
There's a little oil, huh?
I'm getting ready to reach for my coffee cup, and I hear my garbage pail.
Rustling?
Really loud rustling, and now it's dark in the kitchen. I'm there, and I'm like, oh my God. The first thought was you describing a subway, New York City subway rat.
Yeah.
'Cause this is loud rustling. I'm like...
Was the pail moving at all?
No.
Wasn't jumping around?
That would have helped the story, but no. I'll tell it how it is. No,
right.
I should have said that.
But you heard it.
No, I heard it.
Rustling.
No, and the rustling was very loud, okay? And I just had I didn't have a garbage bag in there because I just emptied the garbage last night because that's my new thing is emptying garbage every day, just keeping all food out of the apartment. So, but I forgot I had a little snack or whatever last night, so I had a little grocery bag, you know, with a couple things in. That's it, at the bottom of the garbage. So it was in there. I'm like, oh, my God. And I'm thinking how you were describing these nasty New York City subway rats. I'm like,
they're the size of cats.
And I'm like, oh, my God. My heart went up into my throat again.
Yeah.
Now I have to turn the light on. I'm like, oh, God. I turn the light on, and I look into the pail, and sure enough, it is just, you know, rustling. I think it knows I'm in there now, and it's now just trying to get out, but it's kind of like, you know, tangled in the bag, I guess. I'm like, holy ass.
Now what?
So now I'm ready to be just the biggest wimp and just run away and or kick the pail and then run and let it just hide. But I'm thinking, this is my opportunity to get another one of these things out of my apartment.
True, he's already trapped.
So I'm like, oh, God, oh, God, oh, God. So I pick up the little pail, and it's in there, and the rustling is really loud. I'm like, this effing thing is going to jump out of this freaking
if he
pail.
jumped out right on you?
Oh, that's what I'm thinking. That's what you think, right? It's going to jump right on you. Which would literally, I'm not even kidding, I think I would have a heart attack.
You just die right there.
I would have a heart attack, and I still don't know what it is. I don't know if it's a mouse, a rat. So, I mean, there's no real great ending to the story, but, now I have, no shoes or socks on, just long johns, no shirt, and I just grab my keys, and I'm just carefully carrying this pail, like I don't want to, shake it too much because I don't want to, this thing to totally panic and get out of here,
Jump out.
So I'm like carefully, carrying the pail out of the apartment like it's a bomb or something, I'm like, oh my God. Get outside, obviously it's 5 degrees, I'm freezing my ass off. Now I'm like, I need to know what it is. So I just emptied the garbage, right on the sidewalk.
You just dumped it out?
Oh yeah, now I'm just waiting for it to make its appearance, and unfortunately there's no great end to the story. And finally, mouse number 2.
Did you see him?
Oh yeah, I saw him.
Yeah?
Mouse number 2 walks out of finally, runs out of the garbage.
So the first one had a friend.
And then I kind of chased it a little bit down the sidewalk because I'm like, because you're an idiot. You get these thoughts in my head. I remember you saying, well, maybe the mouse is going to come back into the apartment.
True.
So I'm running down, not running, but walking, following it down the sidewalk a little bit as it's going over snow piles, looking at it like, is this the same mouse? I'm like,
how would you know?
Oh, because I studied the last one, because remember it was staring at me
right.
from the TV?
Yeah.
And this one looked like it was smaller, so I'm like, tell me there's just a bunch of mice.
There probably
And then
are.
you said in the office that when I was seeing the mouse, that one mouse, that it was probably a bunch of them that I was seeing.
Could have been. Yeah, maybe you weren't looking at one mouse. It was probably like 5 mice in there that you're looking at, and now you're going to see them. You're a ground floor guy, so that's rough.
Well, here's the problem. Ground floor guy, older apartment. I mean, it's a really nice apartment. It's a real old building. And they did a lot of construction to the brownstone next to me.
Oh,
I mean, a lot. Like
drives all the rodents
Oh,
out.
I mean, where my apartment was shaking all summer long.
Yep.
So I'm thinking they shook things up, which makes, things want to, move on.
Yep.
So, obviously, I got to get the mouse traps now.
You got vermin.
Yeah, I'm not convinced that that's it. I got 2 of them out so far.
Are you going to get the humane traps or the ones that snap their necks off?
No. I want to hear that BAM in the middle of the night.
And know you got one.
Oh, yeah.
One that then they end up. It's so sick to look at the trap after that. Sometimes maybe they just got a leg. Sometimes it's like right across their back. And sometimes it gets their head and neck where it crushes it. You don't want to look at that.
No,
it's kind of horrific. All bloody
my brother,
mouse head.
My brother told me what to do. He says, get the mouse traps and throw them in bags. Makes cleanup a lot easier, he said.
Wow.
Because I told you, he used to live on the Upper East Side, way uptown, where it was just nasty.
You get like a paper lunch bag?
Yeah.
And you put the mousetrap in there.
Yeah, with
the
a little
mouse goes
cheese.
in.
Or actually, my brother, he's like an expert. Because he used to live, I told you, he lived with his rugby pals.
What a great idea.
And they had rats where they were so drunk all the time. They were excited when they heard a rat in their kitchen. They all just went hunting. No joke. And these are, rugby guys that have to outdo each other. So, of course, they're not like me running away from a stupid little mouse. They're like, watch what I could do. Yeah, exactly. Just
Bite
getting
its head
stupid, right. So, but he says peanut butter works the best. He goes, it's peanut butter, mousetrap, in a bag, no problem. Clean up is a breeze.
You hear the snap, or you look in the bag, you see something furry. You just roll the bag up, throw it away.
Done.
That is pretty smart.
Done.
Never heard of that.
Yeah, someone's saying I need a glue trap. Now
those are disgusting.
Yeah, because now I can't.
The mouse is trapped, all stringy with the glue.
No, I can't look at that crap. No way. Ben, what's
They come
up?
under your door too. They can get under. You have to get the thing. I have them on my door.
Paper.
No. You just got to go to the hardware store. You've got to block any room under your door. Because I had one. That's how he got in.
They flatten out. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Don't tell me that. Are you serious?
Yeah, that's all you got to do, though. They'll never come back. That's
you
how they
get
get
a piece of metal weather stripping or something.
No, there's
stick it on
something
the door.
between my refrigerator and the counter. There's like there's a space.
Yeah.
Because I once saw a really big one. This is where it all started. About a year ago, I saw a big one, and I think I brought it up on the show when we first started. Maybe I didn't, or maybe because I don't know the difference between the radio show and just hanging out with all you
I
guys.
know.
So
We forget what we talk
We forget,
about.
but it was when my brother was over with his family and left. I told you all that with the stuff that all their food was laid out, and I went in the kitchen one day and there was a big one munching on the trail mix, and I freaked out and I left so fast that I thought it was a mouse, but everyone's like, well. If you think you saw a mouse, it really means it's a rat.
Yep.
But I saw the thing quickly kind of turn around and go between the refrigerator and the counter. So that's where they're coming from.
Hole in the wall back there,
Probably
maybe?
something.
Yeah.
So I got to get my loser landlord that could care less about, making his tenants happy. You're going to have to raise holy hell and get him in there.
Call an exterminator.
Yeah, I guess.
Get him in there. Professional.
So there you have it. Let's see. Mike in Kansas City. What's up, Mike?
Hey, I just want to let Opie know those he should cover every crack and crevice. Those mice can squeeze through a hole the size of a nickel.
Yeah, I've seen that, man. It's pretty weird looking. These mice can get anywhere. If you think your house is mouse-proof, forget about it.
Well,
under the door.
I get the traps today. Simple as that. Eventually they're going to get the hint. When they start smelling other mouse death, I think.
Death.
Well, these animals know that crap.
Mouse holocaust going on in Opie's house.
Yeah. All right, guys, I'm punching out.
All right, thanks.
And then he put me out in the cold and let me sit here all night. It was 6 degrees. He didn't let me in.
Jeff in D.C., what's
there were
up?
paper bags with the corpses of my friends inside them.
Awful.
Yeah, pretty bad. Go ahead, Jeff.
You're going to set these traps?
Hold on.
Sorry. You're going to set these traps? I got to... Roll tape, please. I have to see you setting a mouse trap.
Why?
You know how nerve-wracking it is to set those things?
No, I could do that.
Oh, no.
He hit it right on the head. You got to get an exterminator. Why do you even want to deal with this?
Yeah.
I dealt with this once, and I got an exterminator, and I got the things fixed, and I never had the problem again.
Yeah,
they carry the bubonic plague,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's something behind the refrigerator. God knows when we moved that refrigerator. Playing hide and seek.
Something behind the fridge.
Go ahead, Jeff.
Hey, Opie, you got to get the green fake cubes.
The what?
They're green fake cubes. They're
Fake
poison.
cubes.
Uh-huh.
You throw them behind your refrigerator, behind the stove. They eat this stuff. If they've got young, they take it back to feed their young. And they literally hemorrhage from the inside.
And they die in the walls, and you
this
smell
massive
rotting mammal.
That's what I was going to say. That's why I don't think I could go the poison route, because then now you got the smelly dead corpses.
Dead mouse in your
they're
walls.
back in the wall. You won't find it.
Yeah, you'll smell it. Yes, you will. Dead, rotting meat. You got to get them out of there.
All right, thank you, Jeff.
All right, punching out.
Bye. Let's say hi to Brian. Hey, Brian.
Hey, Opie.
Yeah.
Listen, first of all, it's freaking cold out here. I'm like an hour away from New York, and it's minus 15. So
Yeah,
I'll
we're
take
an
you
island.
5 degrees anytime.
Where are you?
But mice, where?
Yeah.
I'm heading down Route 17 going towards like Nanuet. It's like an hour
Oh, my
away.
God. It's brutally cold
Anyway,
up that way.
I had mice. I used to live in Newburgh, and first of all, I'd hang out in the stove, right? I actually had some food out there, and my girlfriend was staying over for the night, and like I came out downstairs, and like the food's all eaten. I accused her of eating the food, and she's like, I didn't eat the food, but it was a freaking mouse. So what you do is you take some coconut. I know you don't get out to the store much because you're a bachelor and everything, but if you happen to go pass by a grocery store, grab a coconut, take a piece of coconut and like toast it with a match, put it on the mouse trap, and guaranteed you'll have a mouse. Guaranteed.
Peanut butter works.
Yeah, all right.
What kind of scumbag are you that you're bitching at your chick for eating food?
No, she was bitching at him, right?
She made a mess.
I think he was bitching at her for taking the food.
Oh, really?
Like, what, are you eating the food? What,
Dude, how
what,
much
were you stranded somewhere?
And what? And
how much did the mouse eat that you're bitching that your chick was eating it?
And is your chick anorexic? Because
Yeah.
what? You're noticing that a tiny little dime-sized piece of food is missing?
You get fat, I'm leaving you, bitch.
Right.
What'd you have, a scrap of bread? You bitch.
What an animal.
All right, I figured I'd share. We don't have to talk about mice.
Mice.
You know, that's.
I hate mices.
But, it's an update. Mouse number 2 has been caught.
Yep.
And now I'm convinced there's at least another one, if not more.
Good luck, you
it's so
city
obvious
dwellers.
now.
Good luck. I adore the suburb. You know what I see as far as wildlife? I'll see a little squirrel outside on my porch. Or I'll see a bluebird in the tree. Whippoorwill, whippoorwill. Or then I look, oh, it's a little kitten is walking on the porch. I think I'm going to take him out a piece of my chicken I had today. Yeah, that's the wildlife I like. I don't like city cockroaches and mice and rats cohabitating with me.
I haven't seen the cockroaches lately. I had a couple of those, too.
Oh.
But this is all normal stuff for New York City
They
apartments.
scurry when you turn the lights on.
Yeah, it's
so
a
you
little-
don't see them as much as you would a mouse.
Yeah, it's a little creepy, the cockroaches as well.
You know what the worst? When I was living in Brooklyn, man, I'd be on the computer, you're sitting there, and then out of your peripheral vision, you just see something kind of move.
That's right. Yes!
And you look, and stuck on your wall is a cockroach. and the way they move, just... They're so fast and disgusting. The little antennas moving around. Oh, God, you can't catch them. They're gone, and they'll disappear into, like, your couch, or all of a sudden they're gone by your dining room table, and you don't know where he went. Might be under there, might be in between where you put the extra piece in when family comes over.
Yeah.
He's just hiding in there, eating the gunk that collects in there, waiting to poke his head up during dinner.
All right.
Hi, big city cockroach here. What's for dinner?
You have a
disgusting mess.
You have a way of describing things, man.
I don't like them.
It is a true talent.
Thank you, Opie.
It really is a true talent.
When I lived in that apartment,
not many people
horror.
could give me the heebie-jeebies, but
Ugh.
how you describe things, man.
I give it. You ever play hopscotch walking down the street on a summer day? Where you're walking and all of a sudden these huge cockroaches are just winging back and forth along the sidewalk. And I'm not even talking about the ones you even see in your house, which are big. But these things on the street, you know, they're like the homeless cockroach. They're just these huge things on the street that are walking over. We went out one night, me, my girlfriend, friends that included other girls and stuff. And they're wearing these open-toed shoes. And one girl actually had one walk over her open-toed shoe. And a scream that you'd only hear in a horror movie just comes out. And what happened? What? I'm picturing, you know, a gang of 5 people with knives stabbing her. No. Cockroach.
Oh, she didn't yell, what, are you going to shoot me?
Oh.
We'll get into that story next. Which is
tragic.
Horrific.
More
But
animals on the street.
Really fast, speaking of that, one time waiting for a subway,
yeah,
rat bumped into me.
Bumped into you? What,
Swear.
your shoulder to shoulder? Oh, sorry, pal.
Yeah.
City
No,
rat.
I'm on the platform, and just like you described, you know, sometimes these creatures get displaced and they start just scurrying as fast as they can.
Yep.
Well, something was going on with this rat, and he just, you know, zigging and zagging, hit me in the leg, and then jumped down onto the tracks. Wasn't going to take a nibble or anything, but just wanted to get to, you know, back into hiding or whatever.
Nope.
I don't know where it came from, but all of a sudden I just felt, boom, something hit my leg, and I look, and I just in time to see it kind of go over the ledge into the tracks.
I'll take a little raccoon in the suburbs. You see your garbage pail rattling around a little bit. You go to check it out. What pops his little head up? Oh, he's wearing a mask. Look, it's a little raccoon. Our pests are adorable out in the suburbs, aren't they? Little raccoon. The ugliest thing you get is the possum walking around that looks like he's perpetually smiling. Hi, I'm a possum. I'm just going back to the woods. Just came out for some of your suburban trash that's outside of your house. Fine, take a little away with you. Not these big, disgusting rats and bugs. Yuck.
Well, we got a lot of phone calls coming in now, so should we...
They're giving me the heebie-jeebies just reading some of them.
All right, now let's go to Mike the trucker. Go ahead, Mike.
Hey, guys. What's going on this morning?
Hey.
I had a horrible mouse story. We pulled a practical joke on a buddy of mine in college, and the end result of the practical joke was because of mice that we introduced into his car. He was the kind of guy that his car, you know, he always had a bunch of trash and, like, fast food shit in the back.
Oh, the guys that just throw it over their
always
shoulder.
filthy.
Please don't tell me this story ends with death.
Feeder mice, you know, that like people that have snakes buy
He's
them for
forging
food or
ahead with
whatever.
the story, Opie, not stopping even for us talking.
That's fine. Go ahead, Mike.
And well, anyway,
The listeners heard, and now
we
they're
started
waiting.
buying feeder mice and putting them in there, and apparently they were breeding, whatever. He was driving across campus. One of them jumped
That's
up
a
like on the
scumbag.
headrest, and it scared the shit out of him. He wrecked his car, and dude's like in a wheelchair. He's paralyzed from the waist down now.
Nice, funny joke.
Damn it, I don't have my laugh button today.
Yeah, well, you know, it, like the guy was a real cocksucker, so it doesn't matter anyway. But
wow, that's
yeah,
really
so for a few minutes we kind of felt bad about it.
a
But
scummy thing to do.
All right.
anywho, all right, guys, punch it.
All right, thank you, Mike. Let's go to Ryan. Hey, Ryan.
Hey, Owen, how you guys doing?
Good. Make it fast. We got to take a break and move on to other things here.
Okay, man. I just had an apartment in Kansas City down by the plaza. I used to go downstairs at night, and I'd hear all this rustling around, so I know what you're talking about. Oh, anyway, I set up these mouse traps down by the kitchen in these great big holes I thought were like for pipes or something. Anyway, the traps would be gone the next morning. They'd be gone. Anyway,
the trap would be gone?
The trap would be gone.
That's a rodent with attitude, man.
Yeah. So, like, the next
Someone's
day,
going to teach you a lesson. Oh, God.
Stealing the traps.
I tied like a wire to it and hooked it to the wall.
Yeah.
The next day, it was in there. It was in the wall. So I pulled on this thing, and this dang chihuahua-looking leg was on there. It chewed its own leg off.
Oh, wow.
It was a rat.
Chewed his leg off.
And there was a morning when I went downstairs. I opened up the door, and I had a dog, and so I had, like, the dog food and everything sitting over there. I opened up the door, looked in there, and there was one sitting on the dog food eating. And I look at him, I'm like, excuse me, and I shut the door, and I just walked back out.
Yeah, just leave him. Let him eat.
You can call me a wimp, whatever, but I guarantee there's a lot of tougher guys than me out there that have been scared S-less by these rats and
rats
and mice and
never
stuff.
want to deal with them.
That's a good story, Ryan.
Punch it out.
Rat can't stay down with 3 barrels in him. He's got a wire tied to the trap, and it drags it right into the wall and chews his own rat arm off. That is heinous.
You know what? I'm getting a hotel tonight. I'm not going to be able to sleep in my apartment.
Oh, what would you do if you woke up and something was in the sheets with you?
Nah.
Nibbling at your toes or just cuddling up for warmth by your feet. Oh.
All right, my apartment's going to be 100 degrees starting tonight.
I would lose my mind. I can't have anything like even touching me.
Right.
You know, if something brushed up against me while I was sleeping, I would lose my mind. I would scream.
All right, let's get one more in before a quick break. Jim in the Poconos. Go ahead, Jim.
Hey, what's up, guys? I work for the phone company, and when we're in Lower Manhattan in downtown Brooklyn, you can shine the flashlight on the wall in some of these basements, and the walls move.
Yeah.
Don't be in cockroaches, man.
Oh.
It's like, you want to talk about, it freaks you out. That's what it comes down to, is the easiest way to put it.
Could you imagine sleeping, and you're sleeping with your mouth open, and a roach comes in and starts feeding on your teeth and gums?
All right.
Oh, and you wake up like, what? And a big roach is in your mouth? Oh.
I want to move on, but Chris has a story here. Chris,
Horror.
go ahead.
Hey, I'm a cop, and me and my partner got dispatched to a call about a raccoon in somebody's basement. And we got there and opened up the door, and all of a sudden this raccoon jumps out at me and my partner and chases us out of the basement. Scared the shit out of me, man. I've never been so scared in my life, even on robberies and stuff like that.
You don't know what those things are going to do, and they will attack you. They'll come running out after you.
Raccoons, yeah.
That's why you just look at them through your sliding glass door. That's it. Look, he's all cute. Sometimes you get deer out there in the suburbs. You look out in your backyard. Hey, look, it's Bambi. Yeah.
Yeah, but those things jump through glass sometimes. There's a story every year, a deer, going through someone's glass.
Running at full speed into a sliding glass door.
And now they're stuck in your place just wreaking havoc.
Bleeding all over everything.
There was a story this week. Maybe we could find it or someone could send it in, that exact thing.
Oh, the old guy?
Yeah.
Inside the house, and a buck ran into his house, and started trying to have sex with him. Yeah, this big buck was grabbing him with his hooves and trying to have sex with him.
Do you have the actual story? That was this week, right?
Yeah.
How did we miss a story like that?
How do you go through life and it ends up you're getting raped by a buck in your own home? Ow! Knocks him off his little rascal. Maybe he saw him on his rascal and thought it was another deer or something.
Yeah, all right.
It's horrible.
This concludes our broadcast day. The Opie and Anthony Show.